Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 17 of the TEW 2020 Supermax 64 series here on the channel at UJPW Spinoff Series. As for this episode, it is the 2001 Best Super Juniors. And as far as compared to last year's, last year's our first one we had 4 blocks, 10 men in each block. This time around, I wanted to kind of condense it a little bit and really make it feel like it is the best Super Juniors, the 20 best Super Juniors on the planet, battling it out in a round robin tournament. I wanted to have that feel, so we dropped it down from 4 to 2 blocks here. These are the blocks. As far as for Block A, Brad Armstrong, Chris Jericho, Dean Malenko, El Samurai, Lord Akira Korikumi, Nuki Sano, Psychosis, Shinichi Funaki, who of course is one half of the Junior Heavyweight Tag Team Champion, Tsuyoshi Kikuchi, who is the holder of the 6-leaf clover, and Ultimo Dragon, which this is a pretty stacked block, obviously. You have a couple of former Junior Heavyweight champions in there, Dean Malenko, El Samurai, as far as even Brad Armstrong. Actually, did Brad? I think Brad won it in the non-spinoff, if I remember correctly now. But as far as, still, Dean Malenko, El Samurai, Nuki Sano, Shinichi Funaki's had some good opportunities as of late. Tsuyoshi Kikuchi, again, being the 6-leaf clover holder, he's got, a potential opportunity to be a Junior Heavyweight champion. And Ultimo Dragon, former Junior Heavyweight champion. Psychosis has been incredible. As of late, he's been one of the best Junior Heavyweights in the world. He's got a chance to really stamp that with a win, and not only just winning this block, but winning the whole goddamn thing. But Block A, man, there's some great matches throughout it. I think there's a lot of, as far as a lot of great technical athletes in this block. I really just see from just you looking at Brad Armstrong, Dean Malenko, Akira Korikumi, Nuki Sano, Funaki, even, Kikuchi, Ultimo Dragon, obviously. Like, there's some great technical talents in there. But also just all around talents. Obviously, like, Jericho's a great technical hand. Same thing for Samurai. Same thing for Psychosis, even. But all around, they can kind of do everything. That's a really fun block. I think it's a tough block to really decide who's going to win this thing. That's a, I think either 1 through 10, anybody could win that block, in my opinion. As for Block B, we have Eddie Guerrero, the Junior Heavyweight Champion, Jinsei Shinzaki, a man who is just fucking unstoppable in Fire Pro, but he's at a disadvantage, though, because this is not happening in Fire Pro, so as far as there's a lot of people that have that big bullseye on his back, and that is going to be somebody that, as far as everyone's wanting that future title match, maybe a rematch throughout, as far as like somebody like Vampiro and Sasuke, as far as Minoru Tanaka, obviously, like all those guys who've had Junior Heavyweight title matches against Jinsei Shinzaki at this point during his run. Even Eddie Guerrero's had a title match with Jinsei Shinzaki. Like, that's somebody to definitely watch out for as far as to see how he does. Jushin Thunder Liger, Koji Kanemoto, Minoru Tanaka, Ricky Fuji, of course the 3-count fame, Shinjiro Otani, of course one half of the TTS, who they've had an incredible 2001, and if any one of those three can win this Best Super Juniors, I would dare say already, even though we're only in the month of March, about to be into April, just these 4 months into the year 2001, I think it'd be safe to say that they are the group of the year by far with how they've performed. They would just be, you take the best Super Juniors, and also if one of them wins the fucking Super J Cup as well, on top of that, no question, no debate, they would be the best group in 2001 by far. But they also have great Sasuke, Vampiro, and Wild Pegasus in this block. Again, this is another one. Even Ricky Fuji. Ricky Fuji has had his success in FMW. Here so far in his kind of first year in the save, hasn't had the greatest of success, but he hasn't had a lot of great opportunities as well. This might be the moment for him to kind of take that step up and to really showcase what he can do and really showcase his talents and really prove to everybody, like, hey, listen, I am one of the best junior heavyweights in the world. But this is a great block, again, that has a little bit of everything. You have your great technical stars, obviously, and guys like, Kanemoto, Tanaka, Otani, Wild Pegasus, as far as Eddie, of course, Liger, of course. And there's a little bit of like that kind of shoot style of, maybe not shoot style, but the guys that can really bring it and kind of bring a strong style approach to this. like a Minoru Tanaka, like a Koji Kanemoto and Otani, Wild Pegasus, like those guys that can bring it as well from a striking perspective. So that's going to be a really fun block. I think it's going to be a hard hitting block, maybe compared to Block A, but yeah, well, we should see how this all plays out, obviously. So each block will have its own day, obviously. Night one, the odd number of shows will be Block A shows, and then the even numbers will be Block B shows. I mean, I think we're all squared away. I don't think we're going to have a match to open up the show, like a non Best Super Junior matchup. I don't think so. We'll see. Maybe I'll change my mind, but as of right now, I think we're just going to stick with our five. Obviously, last year you had blocks, A and C together, and which cool. That was an awesome idea, but it kind of makes things a little too, maybe not complex, but too dense. You don't really get to see who really is the best of the best. Whereas this case, I think you will. I mean, as far as for our first night, kind of what's our main event? I think we have some pretty big matches throughout this entire tournament, so I think we can get away with running at least our first couple of shows on DirecTV and on Nippon TV. We do need to get rid of Dish sometime, but it does expire in 55 days. I think we're just going to net that loss, just kind of accept it. Just is what it is. But we do have a backstage incident. Ultimate Dragon passing on psychology tips to Dragon Kid. So for this first night, man, again, it's either between Ultimate Dragon and Yuki Sano or Akira Kotakumi and Dean Malenko. But even so, one of those might be the Technical Masterclass matchup. It might even be Brad Armstrong and El Samurai. We'll stick with this as the main. Ultimate Dragon, Yuki Sano. Dragon will win. As far as for those two men, they've had a couple of matches. They had the Junior title matchup at the Super Max 64 Superversary show last year, back in September. So that was a huge matchup. To think, God, that would be officially, the 1 year point in the save, that show. And the thing now will be coming up on officially 2 years. Will be pretty big. Will be pretty big. But yeah, I mean, the last time they faced off, Yuki Sano got the win. And last time before that was 1997, so they've only had a handful of matches against each other. They had a 99 back in 96. Might be the case here. They might have a really good match here. I believe. I believe. We'll see, though. It's interesting. You never really see that where the first match in the save is the best match, and let alone the best match of fucking 99. So got a Brad Armstrong and El Samurai. I think this is the technical match. Oh, it's not. But Brad's going to get the win over El Samurai. They are 2-2 against each other. Last time they faced off was back in UJPW, back at the Best Super Juniors of 1999, which Brad won that matchup. Yeah, it looks like they've faced off against each other in 3 Best Super Junior matches and a Super J Cup match. So just tournament matches for them. This must be the technical masterclass then. My God, what is it? As Dean Malenko and Lord Akira Kotakumi, this will be the co-main. Dean and Akira Kotakumi. Dean's beaten them every time so far in their runs against each other. This could have been a nice upset, but we're gonna give it to Dean right off the rip. We want a nice show on this first night. So I think this will definitely help us out. Is it Jericho and Psychosis? Nope, that's the Steal the Show matchup, which this would be a fun Steal the Show match. This might be a first-time singles match meeting. It is. So, I mean, they could they could have negative chemistry or something like that. I guess this does make sense to be a technical masterclass when I really think about it, as Funaki's going to beat Kikuchi to kick off the show. Gosh, so we can cut back on the time. Yeah, we don't need it to be a 3-hour show anymore, which that's a relief. We can just have it be a 2-hour, 30-minute show. So that works for me. I think we're good to go. As far as for night 1 here, we're set. And yeah, let's pick a venue. We will be running the Tokyo Dome, which I guess that's a safe place to run. That will definitely sell it out, no problem. So might as well. 83 for the opener. Shunichi Funaki with a shot and capture in 20 minutes. An 85 for him, 73 for Kikuchi. The 6-leaf clover man, even though he won the big time matchup, loses in his first match. A tough break for him. An 82 for Jericho and Psychosis. Psychosis, so what a performance. An 87. Jericho with a 78. I got the crowd buzzing. Psychosis has that hot new move that's helping him out. But the Lion Tamer which, for Jericho and Psychosis, you could go with the kind of finish from, forgetting what Rey Mysterio Jr. Chris Jericho matchup that was, where they were going to do, Rey was going to do a run off basically the metal rope, top rope, that is the metal rope, but goes for it, but Jericho counters into a Lion Tamer and gets the submission win. I've always loved that finish. I thought it was pretty cool. And we'll probably do that here as well. So there is that. El Samurai and Brad Armstrong, as El Samurai outperformed him 85 and 83. It's actually a good performance from both men. Brad is getting a little stale, but at this point in 2001, God, I don't know what else he would be besides kind of like a veteran. Like the veteran Gaijin kind of babyface character. There's really nothing more I could really say for his character, because at this point, God, to think we've had him in Japan now, almost, I would say, damn near since the beginning of the save. He's been here a long time, and he's earned his stripes. That is for sure. And I think obviously probably the Japanese pro crowd would very much be appreciative of that, as far as being someone that's been there for almost a decade at this point. 97 for Dean Malenko and Lord Akira Korakumi. What a match here, as Dean is still the man, even in 2001, as Dean Malenko went to the Texas Relief in 28 minutes. Our main event, the 91, Ultimo Dragon and Nuki Sana have a good little matchup, but just cannot outperform the greatness that is Dean Malenko, as Nuki Sana with the win. Nuki Sana with the win. Nuki Sana outperforms it, but Ultimo Dragon gets the win with the Asai DDT in 26 minutes. Good little show. Obviously the wrong thing probably went on last, but I'm definitely cool with that rating, a 92. Some good ratings across the board from almost everybody, was in a pretty high rating. Rather, it was the mid-70s to, obviously, in the 90s for Dean Malenko. It's a good sign. A very, very good sign, and obviously we want to put over Dean Malenko for his performance. Psychosis was tremendous as well. Again, he's been fantastic for us. Trying to think who else. Ultimo Dragon. Why not? They had a great match. Good stuff. So a good first night for Block A. We'll see how Block B starts off with their Best Super Junior Tournament matches with. Alrighty, night 2. As we'll probably run back-to-back shows in the Tokyo Dome. It's probably the safest bet for that. So again, DirecTV in Nippon TV. So for this show, Sasuke, Eddie Guerrero is always a fun match. Koji Kitamoto, Wild Pegs, this is a great main event as well. I think we're going to go with Eddie and Sasuke, though. Sasuke's going to beat him, which is a huge win. To think the last time they had a singles matchup was in 1998, which that was at 95, was during the J Cup. Then the couple of months before that, they had a Junior Heavyweight title matchup. Oh, no, actually, the last matchup was the Summer Action Series show, as far as Eddie won the Junior Heavyweight title. Oh, no, my God. They had quite a busy 1998. I completely, I do remember this vaguely, because, they had the Junior Heavyweight title matchup, then Eddie beat him during the J Cup, then Eddie ended up winning that J Cup, so he got the Junior Heavyweight title matchup, then they had the Best Super Junior finals, all in the same calendar year. To think they've had 4 matches in one calendar year, and that was the last time, as far as 1998. So it's been a long time coming. And for Sasuke, he gets a little revenge here. Gets his first win since July of 98. I think it's a good call. This might be the Technical Masterclass matchup, Liger and Otani. Might even be Kanemoto and Wild Pegasus. We'll see. So Wild Pegasus gets the win here over Kanemoto. Let's say the last time they had a singles matchup was at the Champion Carnival back in 1998. So they had a couple of matches. Kanemoto had the most wins over him, though, so that now they're all tied up at 2 apiece. I think that's the Steal the Show matchup, so we're going to go with Vampiro and Shinzaki here, which Vampiro will beat him. So Shinzaki, I thought they had a singles matchup. I guess not. So first time meeting here. The junior champion loses. Tough break for Shinzaki. Liger and Otani. There's the Technical Masterclass matchup. Which Otani's going to beat Liger. That's a huge win. Another first-time meeting. That's kind of wild. And, Ricky Fuji, Minoru Tanaka as Tanaka will win. I believe this is a first-time meeting as well. So the first 3 matches, all first-time meetings. on the card. Be 50,000 on hand for the Tokyo Dome. Some good shit. Good shit here. I think the main event's going to deliver, and I think that's going to be the obviously saving grace of the show, honestly. As I say that, 90 for the opener. I don't know why I didn't think this match would do as well as I thought it would. As Liger's getting stale with his gimmick, that's interesting. But Otani getting the win with the springboard dropkick in 24:02. It's a big win. Big win, though, to beat somebody like Liger. 77 for Ricky Fuji. Minoru Tanaka's the roundhouse kick for Tanaka in 12:11. Gets the win there in pretty short order. Knocks him out cold, basically, with that head kick. Nail in the coffin from Vampiro over Shinsei Shinzaki in 22:08. So, of course, he'll get a future Dream for a title matchup with that win. 85 for Wild Pegasus and Koji Kanemoto. And Kanemoto was off his game, but it was still a good little match. So 85 will take it as a wild bomb for Wild Pegasus in 23:28. Now our main event. It's a 99. The Thunderfire Powerbomb from Sasuke over Eddie Guerrero. What a win. What a match. And so far, that's been the match to beat. What a show, though. My God. So far, Block B having the superior shows. So far, just the first couple of shows in, obviously. But yeah, definitely want to put over Sasuke and Eddie. Great stuff. Great stuff. And I will give Otani a hug. Listen, that's a big-time moment to beat somebody like Liger in front of a sold-out Tokyo Dome crowd. That's a pretty big deal. Good stuff, though. As on to Night 3 we go. Alrighty, Night 3. As, since we ran the first two on Nippon TV and DirecTV, we might just run Dish here just to get it out of the way. Yeah, just change it up a little bit. We also still have the Telemundo deal to use up, but we still got a year of that with just having to use 3 episodes. That should be fairly easy. But for this show, man, Dean Malenko, Ultimo Dragon, I mean, that's the main event by far. And Dean's going to get another big win. So that's 2 straight victories for him, and he's going to beat Ultimo Dragon, which, my God, yeah, they haven't really wrestled in a hot minute, it feels like. They had the time limit draw at the Champion Carnival in 98. Looks like that was the last matchup. They had the Best Super Junior Finals back in 97. Pretty much it's been a 98 or 99, besides the J-Cup, which, if I remember correctly, that was set for a Steal the Show matchup. I wish I could click and see how long that match went, but, yeah, it's going to be a hell of a match, though, between those two men, with Dean coming out on the winning end. So, again, think this is the Technical Masterclass matchup. Think this is going to be the co-main. We'll see. I could be wrong. Nuki Sana will, in fact, beat Chris Jericho, though this might be... Oh, no, they've had a couple of matches. Yeah, they've had the J-Cup match in 97 and 97 and 98 Best Super Junior matches as well. All have been in the 80s. I think this will be the first one that will be close to the into the actual light blue. We'll see. But El Samurai Psychosis. Actually, this should probably be the co-main. I think this is going to be the better matchup. Psychosis will get the win, too, in 21 minutes. This might be on up. They've had a couple of matches back and forth. Back in 97 and then in 2000 last year at the Best Super Juniors. So they've been 1-1. Again, matches that have even been in the 80s. But I think that will change with this one. So this might be the Technical Masterclass then. It is, as Akira Korakumi will beat Shinichi Funaki. And Kikuchi will be losing to Brad Armstrong, which Brad's beaten him every time but last year. Or no, not last year, 2 years ago at the Best Super Juniors. But they've all been Best Super Junior matches. They've gotten worse over time as well. We didn't click on the Akira Korakumi Funaki matchup, but I believe they've had a couple of matches. Oh, they have had? Yeah, they've had 2. In 95 and 99 in the Best Super Juniors. The one win a piece of the nice little trilogy matchup with Akira Korakumi getting the win in the end. But again, we gotta change the time. I gotta remember to just do this when we're at this page, so we have to click back to it. But, yeah, I mean, this is, I think it's gonna be a really good show. They want us to run Kanto again. I don't think it's gonna happen. I think we'll just run Osaka Joe Hall. 16,000 will be close to a sellout. Or we could just run Chubu, and I know we'll sell out the Nagoya Civic General Gymnasium. I think that's what we're gonna do instead. Just play it safe on that one. And yeah, Night 3, let's run it. 89 for the opener. as Kira Kurokumi gets the win at the Octopus stretch in 21-31. Got the show off to a strong start, obviously. Hell of a match to kick us off. And, Kikuchi, Brad Armstrong, side restaurant leg sweep again for Brad Armstrong. So that's 2 straight victories for him. 78, though, for the rating. Not great there. Another 78 for Jericho and Yuki Sano. Not sure what the hell happened there. Oh, Jericho was really off his game. Never mind. I thought that was an 89, but now it's a 69. Which, nice, but not nice here. Jericho really off his game. This could have at least been in the 80s, but got the crowd hotter, though. So there is that. 92 for the co-main as Psychosis and El Samurai have a bit of a banger here, as Psychosis with the guillotine leg drop over El Samurai. Even with him being off his game, he still was a better guy in the matchup. Tremendous co-main with a tremendous main event to follow it up as Dean Malenko beats Ultimate Dragon with the Texas Cloverleaf. Again, it's crazy that Dean Malenko is still at the top of his game in 2001. To think at this point he had probably been wrestling for... well over 25 years at this point, probably. Because I want to say he debuted in 82? I want to say. So, maybe, almost 20 years, officially. But still, it's a long, long time, and a lot of reps, a lot of, he's been all over the world at this point, obviously. Actually, no, at this time, because here in the save, he has not worked America. He just stayed in Japan. But God, he's faced some of the best in the world, and is coming out on the better end more times than not. But yeah, obviously, Dean Malenko, tremendous performance again. Psychosis, another great performance. So far, those two guys have really been the top performers, funny enough. And, we'll put over Akira Kurokumi. Good stuff there. Actually, let's go Nuki Sano. I thought he was great. He just kind of got fucked on their rating. Good stuff there for night 3. It's on to night 4. We go. Alrighty, day 4. Also, this is going to be an interesting one on what's going to be the main. Might be Kanemoto and Liger, might be Tanaka and Vampiro. I'm not really sure. But, again, we're going to run the Dish show and Nippon TV. I'm sure people would be just so pissed off if they were an American audience, and they'd have to kind of switch back and forth. I guess it's not really that big of a deal, because I'd say most televisions at that time, your pay-per-view providers, DirecTV and Dish, basically, they were hand in hand. It's not like you had to be loyal to one another. But as far as the backstage incidents, Tommy Rogers helped create a great atmosphere backstage. He pulled a great rib on the entire locker room, had everyone else laughing afterwards. And then Lance Storm had kept everyone in a great mood as well with his hilarious road stories to create a relaxed and happy atmosphere. Rather, Jesus, as I thought I was choking to death there. That would have been a hell of a way to go. As Otani and Sasuke, that also might be a good main event. I just now saw this. A 24-minute matchup here. Sasuke's going to get the win. So it's another big victory for Sasuke. They had a junior heavyweight title matchup at the finals of the Best Super Juniors last year. And Otani beat him last year during the actual block portion of it. So, as far as a trilogy matchup there as well, all around, I think that's a good call to have Sasuke beat him there. But I think this should be the main, though. I really do. It's a technical match class matchup, so never mind that shit. As Liger's going to beat Kanemoto, though. This is a fun match. You're talking about, the two kind of characters that were, the two anime characters from the UJPW save with Liger and him in Kanemoto, of course, Tiger Match 3. And then never had a singles match the entire time, which was probably a mistake to not do that. Because I feel like it writes itself. But Liger's going to get the win in 22 minutes. And Koji Kanemoto's a little unhappy about that. I'm assuming this is the steal of the show matchup. It is. As Wild Pegasus will be beating Ricky Fuji. I believe this is the first time meeting. Oh, no, they faced off last year. And it was 87 then. That's a good sign. Should be a pretty good little matchup. Yeah, so I think we're going to stick with this as the main. Tanaka and Vampiro. And Minoru Tanaka will be beating a Vampiro. About to say, Minoru Tanaka, they had their one matches at the return to Texas, our first time we ever ran outside Japan in the save, where the Funker returned. And it was a 62 then. who kind of knows how well it would have been, obviously, if, that was ran in Japan. But I think it's going to be a really good match. In our co-main, Junior Boy Champion, Jinsei Shinzaki, he will, in fact, beat Eddie Guerrero. So that's a huge win, first of all. They had a match at All-Star Anarchy back in August of 2000. Best Super Juniors last year, Eddie beat him. So nice little, revenge for Shinzaki. Now it'd be 2 straight victories for him. I believe they are going to be 2-2 because I see that Eddie beat him when he was Black Tiger 2 in a singles contest back at the Real World Tag League in 1995. That was post as far as merger, All Japan to New Japan. And here we go. I think that's a great co-main. Probably normally I would have it be the main, but just Shinzaki's ratings are not as good as I would hope them to be still at this point, even though he's been the champion now for almost a year. Here we go. Let's run it. As on 90 for the opener, Kanemoto and Liger. Hell of a matchup here. Kanemoto was the better guy, but I'm still cool with Liger beating him. Shooting Star Press getting the win for Liger in 22-23. 75 for Wild Pegasus and Ricky Fuji. Obviously, Wild Pegasus is much better than Ricky Fuji. There's a Wild Bomb getting the win. I forgot to pick a venue, so we're at fucking Ryogoku. Michinoku Driver from Sasuke over Shinjiro Otani is an 85 here. Lacked psychology a little bit. It's a good match, though. Lacked psychology. An 85 again here for Eddie and Shinzaki. As Shinzaki with the submission, or with the pinfall victory, rather. With the Kyoyo Otashi in 21-22. And our main event, it's a 94 as Vampiro losing to Minoru Tanaka's leg hook Death Valley Driver in 26-18. Great performance from Minoru Tanaka and Vampiro. Great matchup all the way around and really saved the show, to be honest, because it wasn't looking too hot. Since Kanemoto was a little unhappy, we'll put him over. Give him a hug to calm him down. That's Minoru Tanaka, maybe. Vampiro, I think, deserves it, to be honest. He was great. He had a great performance. And, trying to think who else. I was going to say Eddie, but we put him over last time. I was going to say... might as well just go with Minoru Tanaka. Might as well. Both those guys. A tremendous main event. First 4 nights in the books. On to night 5 we go. Alrighty, night 5. As hopefully we do not run Tokyo here. As for this show, man, Dean Malenko Shinichi Funaki is a great match, but again, that might be the Tactical Masterclass matchup. It's either going to be that or Brad Armstrong and Akira Korakumi. That's probably my kind of safe bet. Chris Jericho and Ultimo Dragon, just out of respect for that feud, even though we didn't really have them feud here in the save, just for the real life feud, I would kind of want that to be the main event. So we might run Dish again. Yeah, I'm kind of torn. Fuck it. Because either way, it's 84, the minimum quantity, so... Yeah, we'll just run here. Perfect. Alright. We got a backstage incident too. It's Hideki Osaka's versus court accused of not paying attention during a locker room meeting as the judge Jumbo Tsuruta found him guilty and sentenced to buy a crate of beer for the locker room. Alrighty. So we'll add the Jericho Dragon match now, which Chris Jericho will beat Ultimo Dragon. Tough start for Ultimo Dragon. They've had one match here in the save. It was back in 97 at the Best Super Juniors. It was an 83 then. I think it's going to be a lot better now. Dean Malenko, Shinichi Funaki. Funaki beats Dean Malenko. This is a great win for Funaki, first of all. Second of all, the fact they only had one match again is pretty crazy. It was back in 1995. Long time coming. Long time coming there. Probably should be the main, but it's not, as far as giving that the nod to Jericho and Dragon. So this is, in fact, the Tactical Masterclass matchup as Akira Korakumi beats Brad Armstrong in 22 minutes. God, they've had a lot of matches before the merger, but as far as post-merger, though, they've had 2. They had a couple, never mind. They had the, this was at the New Japan TV, never mind. So yeah, it has been 2, and Brad's beaten them every time. So for the first time, Akira Korakumi beats him under the UJPW / Supermax 64 banner. El Samurai Nuki Sano, as El Samurai is going to beat him as they've had a couple of matches back and forth as of late. They had the J Crown finals of the J Cup finals as far as the 1999. Samurai had beaten him a couple of times, in 98 and then later on in 2000, the best Super Juniors. But Nuki Sano beat him during the 2000 Super J Cup. So they've had a lot of matches as of late, with Samurai winning most of them. So it's nice to see Nuki Sano. Well, we probably could give Nuki Sano a win here, to be honest. Yeah, let's do it. I think he'd help him out a lot, actually. Then Psychosis and Kikuchi's the Steel of the Show matchup, which Psychosis will beat him. Poor Tsuyoshi Kikuchi, he's had a tough run of it as of late. We'll swap that. Yeah, we should be good to go then. We almost actually nailed the 3-hour limit with this show. It's pretty close. Let's make sure we run a venue where we can run a good size show. So we might. Yeah, I think I'm actually going to run the Hokuto Prefectural Sports Center here for day 5. See what we get. So 93 for the opener. Wow, that's Brad Armstrong and Lord Akira Kotakumi have a great little matchup as the Decapitator from Akira Kotakumi getting the win in 22-15. It's a good match. Good match. Psychosis beats Tsuyoshi Kikuchi with the guillotine leg drop in 14:04. It's a big win for Psychosis. Big 2 points. 87 for Samurai Nuki Sano. I'm glad we made the change as Nuki Sano outperformed him, and he gets the win with a scoop brainbuster in 22:34. So 93 for Dean Malenko and Shinichi Funaki. What a win for Funaki, though. Gets him on the Rising Sun in 28:07. Big win for Funaki, beating somebody like Dean Malenko. I mean, that is massive. Then our main event, it's a 90 as Jericho wins the Lion Tamer. Probably could have had Ultimo Dragon win this one, and it would have been just fine, but I think it hurt the rating a little bit, him getting the win, to be honest, too. It still is a good show, luckily. But man, that opening contest with Akira Kotakumi and Brett Armstrong, what a match. Definitely want to put those guys over. And, yeah, I mean, I'm trying to think who else we could put over. I guess Ultimo Dragon for losing. Because, again, he was great in his main event matchup. So night 5 in the books. We'll take a look at the standings after night 8. So just a couple of more shows before we take a look at the standings for the first time. See how it all is playing out. But yeah, on to night 6 we go. Alrighty, night 6. As for this show, but let's say I think the main event is probably going to be either Eddie and Vampiro or Sasuke versus Kanemoto. Might even be Minoru Tanaka versus Wild Pegasus. We got a pretty nice show here. Yeah, we'll probably just run DirecTV again and Nippon TV again. Actually, before we do that, let's just go ahead since we're here. Let's make it a 2-hour and 30-minute show. So, we'll stick with, I think Eddie and Vampiro should be the main. I think it's going to be the best match. Eddie's going to beat him, too, right before the 30-minute mark. As far as Vampiro beat him last year in their first time meeting. And then they had the Junior Boy title matchup later on at the J Cup, which Vampiro again won. So, it's a nice first win for Eddie. I think all the way around, that's a good call. Co-main, though, we'll go with Wild Pegasus and, never mind. This is the technical class matchup. As Minoru Tanaka is going to beat Wild Pegasus. That is a huge victory. Huge 2 points. They've had one match, which was at the Best Super Juniors in 97. And Wild Pegasus won that matchup, so they're now 1-1. So we got Jinsei Shinzaki and Otani, as well as Shinzaki will beat Otani. Another first-time meeting here. Hopefully it's a good little match. But for now, we're just going to keep it kind of like on the lower end of the card. Liger and Fuji might be the Steel of Show matchup. It is, as Liger's going to beat Ricky Fuji. It's either a first-time meeting or they faced off against each other last year. Nope. That is, in fact, the first time meeting. So our co-main will be Koji Kanemoto versus the Great Sasuke, as Sasuke will beat Koji Kanemoto. They are 2-1 in singles matches. Kanemoto has the advantage. But, man, they haven't had a match since 99, which even then before that, it was 95 to 99 was the last big gap. I think it's a good call. Have Sasuke get the win here, and I think it's going to be actually a better match than what they've had previously. We'll see, though. I could be wrong. Yeah, I'm about to say, I think we can either run the Professional Sports Center again, which I think we will, since it'll be another 8,000 seater sellout here for night 6. And, yeah, we're good to go. Let's run it. So, 85 for the opener. Minoru Tadaki does outperform him. Swap Exos was really off his game. He gets a win, though, with the leg hook Death Valley driver in 23:43. Big win for Minoru Tanaka. 78 for Liger and Ricky Fuji. Shooting Star Press from Jushin Thunder Liger in 14:22. Great little win for Liger. Another 78. As Otani outperforms the junior heavyweight champion, but Shinzaki gets the win with the Nubutsu Power Bomb in 22:04. A decent little match. Otani, though, almost in the 80s, is a nice sign for him. 82, damn. Really thought that was going to be a great match. And the ratings, just lack of psychology, unfortunately. But the Thunderfire Powerbomb from the Great Sasuke gets the win in 22:37. We need a big main event, and it delivers. As Eddie with the Gory Special. How about that? Getting the win in 27:34. The submission victory over Vampiro. Huge match. Needed that. We needed a big-time main event for how this show is going. Tremendous opener. Tremendous main event. Can't really go wrong with that. I was hoping that co-main again was a little bit better, but we'll take it. About put over Hugo Savinovich. It's, yeah, Eddie. Game was tremendous. We'll put over both him and Vampiro. They were great. And, Sasuke, he was tremendous in his matchup. We put him over on night 2, so it's been a little bit of time. Nice. So, yeah. And we got obviously still a Champion Carnival still going on here for UJPW. As, yeah, now we're just going on to night 7. After night 8, we'll take a look at the standings, and we'll be almost at the halfway point. Well, exactly be at the halfway point after night 8. So, it's going to be a good sign to see how everything is looking as far as who might potentially be the front runners of each block. There's still a lot of time left, though. But, yeah, on to night 7 we go. Alrighty, night 7. As we want to make sure we're not in Ryogoku for this show. But as far as for this main event, it's going to be an interesting one, because I think it's either going to be Funaki and Ultimo Dragon, or could be Akira Korakumi and Psychosis even. I think Dean Malenko, Brad Armstrong, if it's not the technical masterclass matchup, it definitely can be the main event as well. But I just think it's going to be the technical masterclass matchup. So, again, I think we're going to bounce back to Dish. We're just going to go back and forth between DirecTV and Dish throughout this tournament. I just think that's the kind of best way to go about it. But Van Dam was in fine form before the show, keeping everyone in a great mood with his latest short stories, create a relaxed and happy atmosphere. And Brian Pillman, Professional Wrestling Court, accused of making a mess backstage, not cleaning it up, but knowing everyone else, as the judge Jimbo Cerrito found him guilty and sentenced to clean it up and then buy drinks after the show. So, as far as the main event, I think, we'll just take a look and see if it is. Yeah, it is going to be Dean and Brad Armstrong. So I think it's going to be a hell of a match. As Brad will get the win, too. So that's a huge win. Brad beat him last year, the Best Super Juniors, is a 95. So we'll see if, and again, it's funny that once, Brad wins, he's, it's the better match out of all the 3 they've had so far. So they'll be all squared away at 2 apiece, too, with this victory. This might be the technical masterclass, then. Nope, it's a regular match. As Funaki beats Ultimo Dragon. Poor Ultimo Dragon here. He's getting beat down here in this Best Super Juniors. It's another loss for him. Funaki, though, gets the win. And I believe they will be all tied up. Yeah, they'll be also 2 wins apiece. This is a Samurai Jericho match, the technical match. It is not. My God, but Jericho's going to beat El Samurai in 23 minutes. I want to say Samurai's beaten them every time. Oh no, Jericho beat them in the 99 Best Super Juniors. But they've had 2 matches. In the 98 and 99 Best Super Juniors. So it's been a little bit since they've had a straight up singles matchup. Oh, and they had the finals match too. They for the junior heavyweight title, which Samurai won and successfully retained his title. Hard to believe that's actually the last show before the split off, at least in this save. So it's just kind of wild to think. But yeah, as far as they've had that was the last time they faced off, was the very last kind of pre, uh, as far as the pre, I guess you could call it a, yeah, I guess it's just the pre launch of Super Max 64. So I guess the easiest way to go on about it. I guess you could say a pre Exodus, but I would say just the launch of Super Max 64. But Jericho's going to get the win nonetheless. God, so so this is a Steal the Show matchup, which is a crazy Steal the Show matchup. Seacoast is going to have a tremendous matchup though with Lord Akira Korakumi. Had two matches. Akira Korakumi beat him last year in the Best Super Junior. Then before that, it was the '98 Excite Series tour. It's been a while since they've had, as far as their first match being in '98. It's a long time, at least for In the Save, to have your first match against each other. But they've definitely improved since then. Then Kikuchi and Nuki Sano is the technical masterclass matchup, which Nuki Sano will be beating Tsuyoshi Kikuchi. As, yeah, I mean, as far as I forgot to change this to 2:30, but other than that, I think we should be good to go. I thought about changing this. Yeah, let's fuck it. Why not? Let's see. We could go back to the Nagoya Congress Center, or we can just run the Hiroshima Sun Plaza back-to-back nights, and we'll be pretty much all squared away. We can also probably run... Yeah, we can run the Akita Prefectural Gymnasium as well. We can also just run Osaka-jo Hall as well. Yeah, I think actually that's what we're going to do. Run Osaka-jo Hall. Won't be a sellout, but be pretty damn close. Still should be a really good show with our main incoming. This is a great opener, too, as Nuki Sano gets the win to scoop Brainbuster. Kikuchi looking very stale out there, fortunately for him, but a big win for Nuki Sano. 79 for Samurai and Chris Jericho. Jericho gets another upset win. Gets another Lion Tamer victory in 23:07. Samurai, though, having a good performance in the 84 and 87 from Akira Korakumi and Psychosis. As Psychosis with the guillotine leg drop in 13:40. Man, he has just been fantastic in these Steal the Show matches. This really sets... Yeah, that's really playing to his strengths, honestly, a Steal the Show matchup. But just tremendous stuff from him in this Best Super Junior so far. Then Funaki and Ultimate Dragon. Same rating as far as 86s from both men, but a 93 for the overall match. Funaki with the Sean Capture submission victory in 27:46. Big 2 points for Funaki and tough break for Ultimate Dragon. 99 for our main event as Brad Armstrong gets the win with the side Russian leg sweep in 25:54. What a show. What a main event, obviously. One of the few 99s we've had in the Super Max 64 save. At least a portion of that save, and here as far as this series. But man, what a show! What a show! Definitely want to put over Brad. Well, yeah, definitely want to put over Dean and Brad. They were great, and give a little nudge to Sean Funaki, Shunichi Funaki, if second to Sean Capture. As far as with the great performance in their matchup, good stuff. Good stuff there. So on to night 8 we go. We'll take a look at the standings after we run the show. Alrighty, night 8. As for this main event, I think we're going to run Dish and Nippon TV. Once we get rid of the Dish contract, though, that's going to be very, very nice. It sucks, though. They are a great little network because they're very high risk if we were to do something, as far as deathmatch stuff. Unfortunately, we just can't, but that'd be pretty awesome. I guess DirecTV is also very high risk, too, because I guess all the pay-per-view things are, so I guess there goes that. That makes sense. Nuki Sano with the backstage incident, so RC brightened the move backstage by simply being so cheerful and fun to be around. What a huge dub for that man. So, as far as... Actually, before we switch over, let's go ahead and just make that 2:30. Let's go ahead and make sure we're in the Osaka-jo Hall arena, which, yeah, I mean, we didn't come anywhere close. We kind of underperformed as far as the Osaka-jo Hall arena for even the show that we thought was going to do well. So for our main event, it's tough. It's probably between Wild Pegasus and Vampiro, and then Liger and Minoru Tanaka. I think we're going to go with that as the main, though. Never mind, it's a technical masterclass matchup, as Minoru Tanaka will be beating Jushin Thunder Liger. That is a huge 2 points. While Pegasus and Vampiro will now be the main, as Pegasus will beat him. So Vampiro beat him last year in the Best Super Juniors. While Pegasus, before that, their first encounter was at the Champion Carnival in 98. So that was only an 82 there, so nice 10-point jump a couple of years later. I think it's going to be, again, around the 90s as well for this matchup. Kanemoto and Shinzaki can go here, as Koji Kanemoto gets, I believe that's actually his first victory of the tournament so far, which is pretty hilarious for it to be against the junior heavyweight champion. Oh, we have 2 Steal the Show matches, as Ricky Fuji and the Great Sasuke. So Ricky Fuji's going to beat the Great Sasuke. That's going to be his first victory here. I think we're going to have this just be a regular matchup. So I think it's going to be better than the Kanemoto-Shinzaki match. I could be wrong, though, but what a huge upset for Ricky Fuji. Then, of course, fucking Starrcade 95 rematch here between Eddie Guerrero and Shinjiro Otani, as Eddie's going to beat him. I believe we had Eddie won the last encounter, which, again, was kind of funny enough, was in November of 95 at the Real World Tag League, which that was a 64 then. That's definitely going to be a lot better this time around. Should be a great little match. So we're just going to swap, and then swap. And yeah, I like the card layout as we have it right here. Actually, let's swap that. So, for the tournament standings, we'll take a look at it, actually, before we run the show. Might as well. But so far, a fucking 5-way tie for first. With the first 4 matches in, Brad Armstrong, Chris Jericho, Nuki Sano, Psychosis, and Shinichi Funaki all with 6 points. Then Dean Malenko and Akira Korakumi with 4 points. 2 points for Ultimo Dragon, which is shocking. And El Samurai and Tsuyoshi Kikuchi, which El Samurai's had a great Best Super Juniors. It's unfortunate for him that he has not gotten a victory yet, but there's still 5 shows left. As for Block B, so we know Eddie's got 4 points now. We know Kanemoto has 2 points for the first time. Minoru Tanaka will take the lead, actually, with this win. So he has not lost yet. So he'll have 8 points. 2 points for Ricky Fuji as well. And Wild Pegasus will jump up to 6 points. So it's Minoru Tanaka's block to lose. As far as for right now, Sasuke losing for the first time against Ricky Fuji is pretty big upset for him. And for Kanemoto to get his first win over the junior heavyweight champion, and for Ricky Fuji to get his first win too, is very nice. So it's kind of interesting how Block 8 has winless people, but they also have a very tight race. And then for Block B, everyone's gotten a win so far in the first 4 shows, but Minoru Tanaka having that commanding lead because of him being undefeated. So it's been pretty interesting. It's kind of the tale of 2 blocks. But yeah, let's run night 8 here. Roundhouse high kick from Minoru Tanaka, knocking out Jushin Liger, getting the win 23-19. Big win for Minoru Tanaka to keep that win streak going. Tremendous stuff there. It's Kanemoto and Jinsei Shinzaki. They have the great chemistry. Game of Steal the Show matchup was maybe a mistake, but Kanemoto gets the one with the moonsault. He outperformed him, which is no surprise. Jinsei Shinzaki pretty much just capped at 75, at least it seems like. But tremendous stuff from Kanemoto with the 84. Good rating for him. And 86 for Ricky Fuji, beating the Great Sasuke with a 9999 point rather. As far as for him, getting a massive upset victory over the Great Sasuke is huge for him. Then Eddie Guerrero beats Shinjiro Otani with the Frog Splash, which is, we should probably have him not use the Frog Splash, but it is what it is. It's a 26-22 victory for Eddie Guerrero. So 94 for our main event. Wild Pegasus beats Vampiro with a Wild Bomb. Both of them with 90s there. Great main event. And a pretty great show, to be honest. I mean, everything was in light blue besides the Kanemoto Shinzaki match. Definitely want to put over Sasuke. Want to give him a hug for losing to Ricky Fuji. And, I mean, Wild Pegasus and Vampiro had a tremendous match. So definitely want to put those guys over. So night 8 in the books. Our last single-digit show coming up for night 9, and then we'll be into the double digits for night 10. Alrighty, night 9, as I don't think we're going to run, as far as Ryogoku anywhere like that. I think, again, we'll be running somewhere. Haven't ran really yet this tour. Chris Jericho lifted the locker room. I organized a silly game, and it quickly became very popular backstage. So, for the main event for this show, I think it's got to be Dean Malenko and Psychosis. I mean, they have been tremendous. Ultimo Dragon and El Samurai is a great matchup, too. But as far as I think what we'll probably do is basically run out our Dish contract. So, we'll probably do that. But yeah, I mean, Dean Malenko, Psychosis, what a matchup. This, and Psychosis beats him, too. That is a massive, massive victory. First time meeting here in the save as well, so, barring, negative chemistry or anything like that, it should be a really good matchup. Ultimo Dragon and El Samurai. Dragon does beat him, so I'm glad he gets a win. They had a couple of matches back in '96, but other than that, haven't had a match since then. In this trilogy matchup as well. We might have this be the main just to be on the safe side of things. Can't believe El Samurai's unhappy about that. Because, I mean, as far as barring a negative chemistry thing again, that match should deliver. But it's nice to be safe sometimes. So this is Technical Masterclass matchup, Naruki Sano, Lord Akira Kotakumi. Akira Kotakumi will get the win. Naruki Sano's beaten him every time but once. Last year in the Best Super Juniors, Lord Akira Kotakumi beat him. So, as far as it seems like you just can't beat him during the Best Super Juniors, at least during the Supermax 64 era, because 95 and in 99, both were victories for Naruki Sano. They're 2-2 in the Best Super Juniors, at least. Brian Armstrong and Shinichi Funaki could also be a great matchup. That could possibly be a main event. Shinichi Funaki will get the win. Funaki beat him last year during the J Cup, but this will be the first Best Super Junior meeting since 1996. So a long time coming, as far as in the Best Super Junior setting. I think, yeah, we'll just put it there. And then our Technical Masterclass our Steal the Show matchup, rather, will be Chris Jericho versus Tsuyoshi Kikuchi. Let's give Kikuchi a win here. Jericho's gotten a couple of big wins already. Kikuchi could use a win. He's going to beat Chris there. As, we'll definitely obviously change the time once I figure out where we're going to run this show. Yeah, the year Shima Sun Plaza it is. Yeah, that works for me. I guess we could run the Star Lanes, but I want to save that for as long as we can. We could also run the Perfectional Gym after night 10, probably. Yeah, then we'll change back to 2:30. Alrighty. Oh, as far as Red Shoes being given too much, let's give that to Tetanabe then. Still can't believe El Samurai is unhappy about putting him over. It's crazy. 93 for the opener. Lord Kiriko Kotakumi gets the win with the Decapitated in 25 minutes. It's a big win for Kiriko Kotakumi. Great little opener, which we've had some great openers throughout this Best Super Junior, mainly because of guys like Naruki Sano. He's been tremendous in that role. As Kikuchi does not get the he doesn't outperform him, but he gets the win though, so he gets a major 2 points for him. And it got the crowd buzzing too, so it did its job there as far as from the Steal the Show perspective. Then 89 for our next matchup, as Funaki outperformed him, and he gets the win with the Sean capture in 26:30. Nice win for Funaki. Nice little matchup between the two men. As Psychosis and Dean Malenko, as Dean does outperform, but a hell of a matchup though. Guillotine leg drop from Psychosis. Yeah, we probably could have just rolled the dice, but listen, it's if this would have been negative chemistry, I would have looked like a genius. It's still a good match in the main event. Still an 85. Dragon Sleeper from Ultimo Dragon over El Samurai. Sucks that it wasn't in the 90s, but it is what it is. Hell of a show, though. Very, very pleased with it. 87. I'm just glad it was in the 80s, so there is that. But again, Dean Malenko, man, he's been the man. Been the guy of the tournament, by far. We'll put over it. We'll give El Samurai a hug. Try to boil over the tension. And I mean, Naruki Sano again has just been fantastic in his role. Not a bad night there for night 9. That was a really good show. Probably could have had a couple of more 90s on the card, but that's all right. Felt like we got screwed out of that main event having a good rating, but even so, an 85 is really solid. Really solid. And now we're into the double digits. So on to night 10 we go. Alrighty, as for, again, they want us in Ryogoku. Not happening. Back to Dish. Back to Nippon TV, of course. which, I mean, we're just pretty much coasting at this point as far as from popularity perspective. We can't really get any higher unless we kind of run more shows, or if we run shows kind of elsewhere outside Japan. And at least for right now, that's not the big goal as far as to run outside Japan, but I'm sure we will eventually. But as far as, because we can, let's take a look at the size here, because we haven't really looked at that in a while. Because, yeah, really the big thing is just, now the next goal is getting to Titanic, and I just don't think it's going to happen. I mean, we're good in the U.S., that's for sure. It's just getting kind of elsewhere. Canada, well, we're getting there close to it. I think actually we are for Titanic and in there. So we already got 3 nations already. So that's pretty huge. We're just halfway there. Mexico, we're almost there. We're getting there. Don't think we're going to go anywhere else for a while. So really the big thing is getting that 5th nation, wherever we choose. So we can go to the UK. We can go to Oceania. That's probably what we'll do. I don't think we're going to go to Europe. But, as far as that's just kind of on the horizon. UK would probably make a lot of sense if we still, the British Combat Club, if we, we'd have to, bring Doug down here, which that would make sense to have Doug down here. And, we would probably, I don't think we'd bring Nigel down, but just as far as that's just thinking ahead. So, for, again, this show, actually, while I'm thinking about it, go ahead and make that a 2-hour 30 show. As far as we'll run the Hiroshima Sun Plaza again. Alrighty. So, I mean, Vampiro and Shinjiro Otani's Elva match, Liger and Wild Pegasus' Elva match too, Eddie and Kanemoto, Sasuke and Minoru Tanaka is a great match too. Like, there's a lot of great options. So, this is the Technical Masterclass. So, we'll know what our opener is, as Wild Pegasus will be beating Shushin Thunder Liger. So, Liger had beaten him a couple of times early on at the first J Cup, at the Summer Action Series in 96, and Wild Pegasus beat him for the first time during the 96 Best Super Juniors. Liger got that win back in 97, that was it. So, Wild Pegasus gets his second win. He's still behind in the series, but he's climbing up on him now. Man, I really just don't know what's going to be the main event. Sasuke and Tanaka would make a lot of sense, especially because Minoru Tanaka has yet to lose. He loses here again, or he wins again here, rather, excuse me, as he beats Sasuke. Sasuke's beaten him every single time. So, first time victory for him, much needed win. They've had 95, 96, 97, all best Super Junior matches, all wins for Sasuke, so he finally gets that big win. Much needed. Eddie and Kanemoto, though, Kanemoto beats him. That's a big victory there as well. So Eddie, again, has beaten him every time, so another first time win. Honestly, I think I'm going to have this be positioned higher. I don't know, it's tough. Because I just think it's going to be a better match. It's going to be very tough, though, to decide. I know this is a steel show match. Shinzaki and Riki Fuji, which Shinzaki will win. And then our last matchup, which I think we're all going to stick with this being the main event. Vampiro and Otani. Otani beat him last year during the Best Super Juniors in 88 here. I think it's going to be a lot better this time around. I think Otani's even improved just within the year. Vampiro's still one of the best in the world. It's, I think it's going to be a really good show, actually, night 10 here. We'll see. So, 98. My God, good luck topping that, as Wild Pegasus gets the win with the Wild Bomb in 24-20. Jesus, as, what an opener. It's a 75 for Jinsei Shinzaki and Riki Fuji. Yeah, that's kind of the best case scenario, to be honest. I can't believe it got the crowd buzzing somehow. But yeah, the Kyoyo Tashi for Jinsei Shinzaki, he gets the win. At least the Junior Heavyweight Champion has gotten some wins throughout this Best Super Juniors, but hasn't had a lot of them. So an 86 for Minoru Tanaka and the Great Sasuke, so a lack of psychology here from Sasuke and Minoru Tanaka. Tanaka does get outperformed, but he picks up the victory, the leg hook Death Valley Driver in 21-47. So 93 for Eddie and Koji Kanemoto. 1 point difference. Kanemoto was the better performer, so he gets the win here as well. What a win, and what a match. Good luck top. I mean, that opener, that's going to be tough to beat unless we get a 99 here. We do not. It's a 90. It's Vampiro with a nail in the coffin over Shinjiro Otani. Hell of a show, though. My God. I mean, that that opening contest is just incredible. We'll have to put over Wild Pegasus. We can't put over Liger, unfortunately. But, Yeah, put over Kanemoto and, probably Vampiro again. He just seems to always be the guy to praise. He's been in a lot of big time matches already in this Best of a Junior, especially for this block, for Block B. But what a show! What a show! What a match! That opening contest. The Champion Carnival is still going on there at night 13. As on to night 11 we go. Alrighty, night 11. As I think, we'll just run out the dish contract while we're might as well keep it going. As for the backstage incident, it's Kazuya Masaki's referee's court accused of moaning about stuff all the time, bumming himself, being just a Debbie Downer. Kazuya Masaki was found guilty by the judge, Jumbo Tsuruta, sentenced to shut up or cheer up on my drinks after the show. So, another great, Dean Malenko Nuki Sano, it might be the Technical Masterclass matchup, which will be an incredible opener like we just saw, or it will be the main event, which it will be, as Nuki Sano's going to beat him as well. That's going to be a hell of a matchup. It's crazy to think they've only had one match, and it was at the 95 Best of the Juniors. A long time coming. And they are still incredible performers. That's going to be a great matchup. This is another great match. Brad Armstrong and Ultimo Dragon. As this is the Technical Masterclass matchup, as Brad will be beating Ultimo Dragon. So, Brad Armstrong beat him once. It's at the 95 Best Super Juniors. Other than that, it's been all Ultimo Dragon. And as far as first time he's going to beat him in the Supermax 64 era, that's going to be a huge victory. Jericho and Lord Akira Kotakumi is another Steel Show matchup for Jericho. It's going to be a win for Akira Kotakumi. I want to say they've had one match. Yeah, it was back when he was Akira at the Champion Carnival, weirdly enough. So they are now 1-1. As far as Shinichi Funaki and Sikosa's, hell of a co-main. Could be a main event at any other card, but this one, Sikosa is going to get another huge victory over somebody in Shinichi Funaki here in this tournament. First time meeting, so maybe some bad chemistry, you never know. Kikuchi and El Samurai. Oh, this is set as a Steel Show matchup too. We'll give them a little bit more time, but Samurai's going to get the win. Be a 20-minute matchup. Kikuchi's going to complain. That is so strange. So very, very strange. I think, again, now we're, no, we're not around the loop. We, gotta run the Hiroshima. Oh, no, actually, no, I'm thinking about it. Did we just run the Hiroshima Sun Plaza for night? Yeah, we did. What to say? Yeah, we're back around the loop. I'm an idiot. As, I'm trying to think. As far as I think we're gonna run the, Key to Prefectural Gym. Oh, and we gotta change the time. And we're good to go. For night 11. Hell of an opener, as Brad Armstrong and Ultimo Dragon, they have a great chemistry. Side Russian leg sweep from Brad, getting the win in 25-22. Hell of a win, hell of a way to start off the show again. Just another strong opener throughout this tournament that we have seen. Jericho and Lord Akira Kotakumi. Jericho did outperform him thanks to Akira Kotakumi being off his game. He got the win with the Octopus Stretch in 12:57. It's an 82 for Kikuchi and El Samurai. Samurai gets the win with the Samurai Bomb. It's a big 2 points for him. He needs it. He's had a bit of a rough go of it. 92 from Sikosis and Shinichi Funaki. Sikosis almost in the 90s with this performance. Lack of psychology, but who fucking cares at that rate with a 92 as a guillotine leg drop gets the win for Sikosis. 27-36. And another 92. I thought this was going to be a lot better. Nuki Sano, you failed us by being off his game. But hell of a match, though. Still, shockingly. No one could outperform that opener. Which that's the same story from night 10. A hell of an opener. Can't state that enough. That was really, really good. Tremendous stuff there. And, I feel like we've put over Dean Malenko so much during this tournament. We should probably put over Sikosis. Just to change it up a little bit. And he's had a great Best Super Juniors anyways. Tremendous stuff there for night 11. As on to night 12 we go. Alrighty, night 12. As, we'll take a look at the standings here. It's been a little bit as far as of time. As far as this is a nice little halfway point. As, again, we'll, try to get rid of this Dish TV, or this Dish TV, Dish Network deal. So, this is, the Liger-Vampiro matchup. Might be the Technical Masterclass matchup, might be the main event. It is the Technical Masterclass matchup, and Liger's going to win. So that's a huge win to beat Vampiro. Another first-time meeting. Now, this would be a very comically, just from a visual standpoint, because Vampiro would be ginormous compared to Liger. But Liger's still going to beat him. Listen, he's used to being the smaller guy in there. That's not stopped him before. Gets the win there. Sasuke, Wild Pegasus. Oh, that's right. They have bad chemistry. Yeah, that one broke my heart when I saw that. So it's going to be just a 10-minute matchup. Pegasus is going to get the win. They've traded wins back and forth, looks like. Best Super Juniors last year. Wild Pegasus beat him. So far he's been undefeated in the Supermax 64 era. But, it looks like Wild Pegasus won for the most part over him in singles competition. Yeah, let's add Kanemoto and Otani here. This might actually have to be the main event, weirdly enough, as Kanemoto and Otani. Actually, I think we're going to have to call an audible. I think this is going to be the Technical Masterclass matchup. This should still be a good match. Kanemoto is going to beat him, too. The first time meeting there, so that's very, very interesting, because they've been a part of the roster pretty much since the merger happened. So that's kind of wild to think. So we'll now change this to a regular match, give them a little bit more time. Because I think, Minoru Tanaka, Jinsei Shizaki, it's a good match. Don't think it's going to be as good as it probably could be, potentially. Obviously, a rematch as well. What we just saw at the Super Heartstopper show, which Shinzaki, of course, won. But a nice little revenge win for Minoru Tanaka. And only going to be 20 minutes as well. And then we'll have Eddie and Ricky Fuji, as Eddie's going to beat him in 20 minutes as well, which that is a first-time meeting as well. A lot of first-time meetings, a lot of, as far as from a maybe power perspective of like a name show, maybe not the biggest. A couple of just kind of, Ricky Fuji has not really proven to be one of the best junior heavyweights in the world just from what we've seen so far. But he might have a good performance there against Eddie Guerrero. You never know. I mean, it is an Eddie Guerrero matchup. You can't really have a bad match with him. Boy, we have to add an extra minute to this show. Add one to the Tanaka Jinsei Shinzaki match. Yeah, let's think we can either go back to we can either run Star Lanes or we're going to go back to the Prefectural Gym, which I think we will for this one. Actually, for how the show's probably going to go, I'm just going to run the Star Lanes. There we go. It was an 80 for the opener. Surprised it was as worse as it did. It was as worse as it was, rather, as Kanemoto and Otani have the great chemistry, which makes sense. That definitely is a matchup where I would assume they would have great chemistry. Stylistically, they match up very, very well. But Kanemoto gets in with the moonsault. Just unfortunate. Lack of psychology hurts it. And then, of course, the negative chemistry with Wild Pegasus and the Great Sasuke. Still a decent little matchup with a 77. Just not at the level what we have seen of this Best Super Junior already. And another bout that has bad chemistry with Eddie Guerrero and Ricky Fuji as the Gory Special gets the win for Eddie. So far, this has definitely been the worst night so far, the Best Super Juniors. And, again, another lack of psychology matchup. They have pretty good chemistry, but it still doesn't save the show. And we need a major, major main event to save this. Thank God. 98. Vampiro and Liger have a banger here. Liger with a brainbuster in 28-18. Hell of a win. Saves the whole entire show. We didn't even have anything above an 82 until that main event. We had, 2 bad chemistry matches and 2 good chemistry matches, and yet couldn't get it over in 85 thanks to lack of psychology. But we got it at the end. Thank Christ. As definitely want to put over Vampiro. Definitely want to put over Minoru Tanaka, who has not lost yet. He has been on a roll, and he's beaten the junior heavyweight champion. He gets his rematch win. So that has been a tremendous Block B for him, and this has been a tremendous Best Super Juniors for Minoru Tanaka. As, we'll be going on to night 13 as we're at night 14 in the Champion Carnival. So yeah, on to night 13 we go. Alrighty, night 13. As we didn't take a look at the standings after night 12, we'll do it here now that we've ran night 12. So we'll end out the dish contract. I'm glad that is over with. Now we just have to just stick with the Telemundo deal for a little bit. But yeah, we'll be good to go as far as going forward. So yeah, we got Jericho and Malenko. Nuki Sano, Shinichi Funaki's a phenomenal matchup. So is Brad Armstrong and Psychosis, though. Either way, one of those matches will be the main event. As, yeah, we'll now run. Well, actually, we have to skip the Prefectural Gymnasium here. And we'll run the Star Line. So I know it's kind of weird how we're going to do this, but that way each region will see both blocks. Yeah, also, we want to change this to 230. Nice. Alright, so we'll see if this is the Technical Masterclass matchup first. It is not, so this is definitely the main. Funaki's going to beat him. Big win. Nuki Sano's beaten him pretty much every time, but the 95 Best Super Juniors and the 99 Best Super Juniors. So, as of, I believe, Funaki will still be 2 matches behind him as far as in the series, so he's still got a ways to go. Brad Armstrong and Psychosis is a hell of a match, though. And Psychosis is another big win. He's going to beat him. They've had one match against each other. It's back at the October Giant Series at Night 9, back in 97. So now they'll be 1-1. Dragon and Kikuchi could be the steal of the show matchup. It is. And as far as Dragon last year beat him. That was the first time they had a singles matchup, so that's 2 straight victories for him. Again, why are people complaining about losing to Ultimate Dragon? I don't get it. And then Chris Jericho and Dean Malenko, which Jericho will beat Dean Malenko. That is a huge victory for Chris Jericho. Again, first time meeting was last year at the Best Super Juniors. Which that is just a incredible match. I think we're actually going to have this be the co-main. Then Samurai, Lord Akira Korakumi, which will be the Technical Masterclass matchup. Samurai's going to get the win. Samurai's beating him for the most part. Akira Korakumi's gotten 2 wins over him. If Akira Korakumi would have beat him, they would have been tied in the series, but he's going to lose here. Their last matchup, though, was last year in the Best Super Juniors as well. So we've had a lot of kind of last year being their last matches. But, man, they had a long break from 95 to 2000. So now, back in the ring again. This is going to be a really good show, though. I'm really, really excited for it to see how it all plays out. So for kind of the blocks here, Block A, as far as Jericho's jumping up to 8, it's crazy. Dean Malenko's right now, his potential max limit is 8 points. Samurai jumps up to 4 points. As far as with his win, Nuki Sano is there at, as far as he's jumping up to 10. I was thinking that Funaki wins the match. Oh, no, he does. Alright, so never mind. As far as Funaki's actually jumped up to 10. So Psychosis is leading the block with 12 points with his victory. That's great for him. It's crazy that Dean Malenko and Ultimate Dragon are at 4 and 6 points in this block. But, man, Psychosis looking like he's going to be a first-time winner of the Best Super Juniors as far as right now. It's coming down to potential first-time winners. Because Block B, Wild Pegasus and Minoru Tanaka, which both those men haven't won a Best Super Juniors either. Actually, Wild Pegasus might have. No, I'm thinking about it. Nope, he hasn't. There'd be back-to-back Os Bravano wins, though, if Psychosis wins it. It's crazy Dean Malenko never won the Best Super Juniors either. That's kind of wild to think. Liger's won it twice, though. I'm sure Dean Malenko's been in the main event. Yeah, he's in the main event. He's been in the finals twice now. In 97 and in 2000. Both coming up on the short end of the stick there, but still I don't think he's going to be able to, unfortunately, make it to the finals this year, but, the way he's still performing, even at his age, which he is 40. He's just turned 40 this year. Still the way his stats are looking, don't think he's going to decline anytime soon. He's, he's still going to be probably one of the top guys even in the year 2002. So definitely someone to watch out for, potentially next year, to finally get his first Best Super Juniors victory. But for now, we are looking at some as far as looking at Psychosis, looking at even El Samurai potentially could get a rise with this win with the Samurai Bomb if he keeps up these wins. But a 90 for the opener, hell of an opener. As again, just that's kind of been the theme for a lot of these great shows. If we see a great opener, 83 from Ultimo Dragon and Tsuyoshi Kikuchi. Crazy how Kikuchi won that 6-leaf clover matchup and has been downhill ever since. That is definitely not what that 6-leaf clover was supposed to give someone with great fortune and great prosperity, great luck. So many great things supposed to be going on in the year 2001 for Tsuyoshi Kikuchi, and that has not been the case, at least so far. 93 for Psychosis and Brad Armstrong. Psychosis outperforms him with the guillotine leg drop in 24:06. Great win for Psychosis. Dean Malenko losing to Chris Jericho with the Lion Tamer. A hell of an upset there. Not even an 85-plus match as well. Dean tried to carry him. Couldn't do it, though, unfortunately for him. And Dean Malenko was almost injured and was very angry at Chris Jericho because of it. Nuki Sano outperformed Shunichi Funaki by 4. I don't know what the fuck happened with Funaki's rating there with a 75. Definitely an upset again here in the main. So main and co-mains with some upsets. I'm just glad that the main event got a 93. That's a pretty good match. They were the main event for the rating that we got with Funaki. But man, Psychosis again, just been an incredible performer. Definitely want to put him over. Definitely want to put over Dean. Even though we've put him over a lot already this tour, he's just been tremendous. And Nuki Sano going to give some love. I mean, he delivered in the big-time spot. He's been great as well, has Nuki Sano. A lot of guys have been rotating around the great praise because they've just been in a lot of great time spots. As on to night 14 we go. We're just coming up on the back half of the tournament now. We just have 2 shows left for Block A, 3 shows left for Block B. We'll see how it all plays out here. We're coming up on the final stretch. Alrighty, night 14. They got us in the Yokohama Arena. It's wild, as now we're just on DirecTV. Toys. As Ultimate Dragon passing on tips on using psychology to Dragon Kid. So, for this show, we got Eddie and Minoru Tanaka. Obviously, Minoru Tanaka has been just the man to beat, and he still is not losing. We want to give him a little bit more time. As Minoru Tanaka beats him for the first time, too. So Eddie has beaten him every single time, but now, he's on a run of a lifetime. We have Koji Kanemoto and Vampiro as well on this show. It's the Technical Masterclass matchup. Where's Vampiro? He's only got 4 points. That's kind of wild. Kanemoto gets the win here as well. So, pretty shocking, to be honest. So, they are 1-1 in matches, too. Both guys could use a win here. Boy, that's a tough loss. Tough loss there. Ricky Fuji and Shinjiro Otani. Otani's going to get the win. That's the Steal the Show matchup. Really no surprise. Shinzaki and Wild Pegasus. And Shinzaki is going to beat Wild Pegasus. That's a big win. He beat him earlier this year. Or later last year at the All-Star Anarchy show. As far as for Jinsei Shinzaki, with this win, he's going to finish with potentially... he might be able to finish with 10 points. Might be, but that's a big win, though. Get to 8 points. Still, this... Honestly, with Minoru Tanaka now, it's his block to lose. At this point, he's going to be at 14 points. Hasn't had a loss yet. He's going to be rolling for Block B. This is probably the main event, though. Jushin Liger and the Great Sasuke. So Liger's going to beat him. Legend members colliding now. Formerly the NWO, now Legend. As, this is going to be a really good show, though. I really do think it's going to be a really good show. So far, Block B, I feel like, has been the better block. Just from kind of the day-to-day goings. I know, I think it was either Night 7. Night 7 was, one of the highest rated shows we've had so far in Supermax. So that's been cool. Actually, we about forgot to pick a venue. Oh, that's right. I think we gotta run. It's either we have to run the Prefectural. I think we gotta run the Prefectural Gymnasium. I already now forgot. Yeah, we ran Star Lanes back to back. Yeah, that's it. Nailed it. Alrighty. As we're going to go, let's run it. 88 for the opener. Vampiro does outperform him, but he gets the win, does Kanemoto, with the Kochi clutch in 22:35. Another solid opener here, the Supermax 64 Best Super Juniors. Shinjiro Otani with the Cobra clutch. I mean, Ricky Fuji almost got the, he almost outperformed him. It was close, at least. But the Cobra clutch victory for Otani, it's an 81. That's a really good match, actually. That was a lot better than I anticipated it being. Shinzaki with the Nimbutsu Powerbomb over Wild Pegasus in 1931. That was in 89-94. Freddie Guerrero and Minoru Tanaka, 450 splash from Minoru Tanaka. They have great chemistry and just a great matchup. Kind of wish it was the main event now, but I think that main event's still going to deliver. Oh my god, it certainly does. With a 99 as a brainbuster from Liger. What a match. What a win. God bless him. Having a tremendous, tremendous match. A tremendous show now. 96, that's one of the best shows we've had again in the save. Fantastic. Man, who to put over? I definitely want to put over both Minoru Tanaka and Eddie. And then I got Sasuke. What a night there for night 14. So we just have nights 15, 16, 17, and 18 left. As the Champion Carnival's still going on. I forgot to add it to the pre-booking page, so I gotta add them right here, which is no big deal. But yeah, as far as on to the final 4 shows we go to. Alrighty, night 15. So again, DirecTV, Nippon TV. So we have no backstage instances. We get right into it. I mean, Psychosis and Ultimo Dragon. That's the main. You know, that's and it's gonna be a draw. So with how Block A is gonna shape up, that draw is going to make things pretty interesting, because if Funaki beats, as far as I forget who he's facing this night, but if he gets a win here, and if he wins on the next show, he'll potentially be able to surpass Psychosis if Psychosis is able to lose on the next show, on the final show, as far as for him. Now, he will be taking on Nuki Sano as well, so that's a tough matchup anyways. So that's going to be interesting to see how Block A plays out. As far as Funaki and Chris Jericho, Funaki's going to win. So now we know that he's 1 point behind him. So either way, we're either going to have Los Bravano versus a technical technician squad finals, or we're going to have a TTS finals all the way around. And that would, again, really cap off how great of a year they've had. Unless something crazy happens, which, I mean, something would literally have to be just shocking at this point for Minoru's not going to not win. Because even with the 2 matches coming up, he's got the tiebreaker win over Wild Pegasus, so he's going to, he'll make it to the finals. You know, it's going to come down to, is it going to be Psychosis or is it going to be Shinichi Funaki at this rate? But Brad Armstrong and Nuki Sano. Nuki Sano's going to beat Brad Armstrong, so that's a big-time matchup as well. Yeah, I'll actually put that there. I think that's going to be a better matchup. Then Dean Malenko and El Samurai, the Technical Masterclass matchup, which Dean Malenko's going to lose. That's a tough break for Dean, but he's also beaten him pretty much every matchup but the 1997 matchup, their last matchup they ever had. So it's been a while as well for those two. And, yeah, it's a tough break for Dean Malenko. Then Kikuchi and Akira Kotakumi, which Kikuchi's going to win in this Steal the Show matchup. So at least he gets a win there. I forgot to change the length back to 230. But this is going to be a really good show with that major main event. So I think we're back. Oh no, we're back to Chubu. Alright, so I think, yeah, there's just the one 10,000 seater. So we'll back to the Nagoya Civic General Gymnasium. I guess we could potentially run somewhere else. Yeah, again, I want to kind of keep... yeah, let's actually run the Hokuto Prefectural Sports Center. That's kind of weird. I'm just kind of thinking ahead to the, we'll run the Prefectural Sports Centers here, then we'll run Chubu, and then we'll run Kanto for the final show. So that's just kind of what I'm thinking. ahead of time. But Dean Malenko gets the great performance, but he doesn't get the win over El Samurai's with the El Samurai clutch, or just the Samurai clutch rather, as Samurai with the 79. At least he was somewhat close, but got the show off a strong start at least. It's 85 for Kira Kotakumi and Tsuyoshi Kikuchi. I'm surprised that match did as well as it did. Kikuchi gets the win though in 12:50 with a submission victory in 84 for Shinichi Funaki and Chris Jericho as the Rising Sun for Shinichi Funaki in 22:53. 96 for Brad Armstrong and Nuki Sano. Scoop Brainbuster victory for Nuki Sano in 24:42. Then a 99 for the time limit draw. Great chemistry here. Psychosis, having the hot new move. This has just been a fantastic matchup to cap off a phenomenal show, honestly. That's a really, really big time performance from Psychosis and a hell of a show again that we have seen from this Best Super Juniors. I think the choice to bring it down from 4 blocks to 2 has been beyond beneficial. It's been tremendous. What we have seen from the talent, they have rose to the occasion in a big way. Let's put over Brad Armstrong here. Like they've been fantastic. We've had some phenomenal shows. We've had some of the best shows of the Save just in this run of the Best Super Juniors. It's really been beneficial. And yeah, the Champion Carnival's almost wrapping up there. And as far as now we'll go on to night 16, and we'll be into the final 2 shows for each block, and we'll see what the finals will be in store for here. Alrighty, night 16, as of course we'll be selecting our television deals, backstage, and so a couple of them. One versus court is El Samurai. He's brought for versus court, accused of not joining the rest of the locker room for a night out as the judge. Jumbo Tsuruta found him guilty incentive by drinks after the show. And then Ultimo Dragons passing on selling tips to Magnum Tokyo and psychology tips to Dragon Kid. So, as far as obviously with this block, it's pretty much a foregone conclusion. Then Minoru Tanaka's going to the finals. So, with this, it is fun to see Otani beat him, and that is the first loss for Minoru Tanaka. So you could say he, as far as they have a kind of technical exhibition matchup, and Otani gets the best of him, pulls maybe gets a quick pin like off of a like a kind of amateur wrestling kind of float over cradle, covers him with that, or maybe even just bridges a certain way and he gets the win because of that. Like there's a lot of different ways you can go about it, but that's just that's that finish. Liger and Jinsei Shinzaki rather, as Jushin Thunder Liger will win. That's a fun win for a Liger. Another victory for him. Riki Fuji and Koji Genamo, as I left this blank when I made it because I was like, I'm really not sure who should get a win at this point, because both men at this point, at the bottom end of the table, really more so Riki Fuji is. Yeah, I think Riki Fuji should get this victory here, even though he's going to get outperformed. He kind of needs it more. Great Sasuke and Vampiro, and Sasuke's going to beat Vampiro. Tough break for Vampiro, as they're 2-1 with Sasuke getting the better. Actually, they're 2-2 rather. Excuse me. They're all tied up. They've had 2 title matches. They've had 2. They had the one Best Super Junior matchup. Then they had the one match. The first time ever was at the Road to Battleground show on night 1. It's kind of wild, but our main event, of course, and it's a doozy. Wild Pegasus versus Eddie Guerrero. I mean, obviously, we don't need to sell this one. This is an easy sell. To think, the first time they wrestled against each other was at the Super J Cup, the first one we did in 1994. That was his debut. As far as was the second round match with him and Eddie. So I want to say he debuted against Tiger Mask 3. I could be wrong. I could be misremembering, and he might have debuted against Eddie. But, they've had a couple of matches, but not a whole lot. We really haven't really overdid it or anything like that. Now they are, God, to think, that was the last singles match against each other. It was 1996. They get a banger here, and Eddie's going to beat him, too. So, as far as Eddie, he'll jump up to 8. Wild Pegasus stays at 10, and Minoru Tanaka stays at 14, too. So, either way, Wild Pegasus is either going to finish with 12 or 10. And just all around, that's going to be a really, really fun main event. Oh, as we forgot to change these. Then we're good to go. Oh, I forgot to pick the venue. Fuck. As, man, I really fucked that all up now because it's at Yokohama Arena. Damn, that sucks. But Liger gets to win the Shooting Star Press in 11:48, and I just realized this is out of order too. So now this is going to be all out of whack. Oh, it kind of wasn't. Well, that's nice. It was still an 80. It should have been a lot higher, but lack of psychology. As Otani with the Cobra Clutch, 22-28. What a win! What a win! And then Koji Kanemoto losing to Ricky Fuji. At least Ricky Fuji's in the mid 70s here, low 70s as far as with the 73, but it's a good little match. I'm surprised it got an 85, but shout out to him. And a 90 for Sasuke and Vampiro. Hell of a co-main as Sasuke with the Michinoku driver in our main event. Oh my. An 83. What the fuck happened here? Yet he was off his game, but god, that sucked. Brutal. One of the worst shows we've had. Thank God it's an 85 still because of the co-main, but I cannot believe that Eddie Wild Pegasus matchup wasn't in the 90s. Let alone the 80s, or the mid-80s, But, man, again, Liger's been incredible. I would love to put him over, but obviously we can't. Shout out Ricky Fuji. We'll give him a hug. Listen, your spirits have not dwindled after having a pretty, finishing at the bottom end of the block isn't great for you, for your confidence, that's for sure. And, put over Otani, too. It's like, listen, you're still rocking and rolling. You got a big win over a guy who's winning the block. Good for you, sir. Not bad at all. So now we're down to the final two shows of the blocks, 17 and 18. And we'll see who will be joining Minoru Tanaka. Will it be Psychosis, or will it be his TTS partner in Shunichi Funaki? Alrighty, night 17. As this is a big time night because this kind of puts the dominoes in effect as far as what the finals is going to look like. And as far as obviously be running Nippon TV at DirecTV, but the also backstage instance of Bobby Fulton as he's Brighton moved backstage, being being so cheerful and fun to be around, and then Ghetto, sorry for Russell's Court, accused a fan to pick up a share of the tab of the shared rental car with Jado. I'm sure Jado loves that, and Dick Togo love that, as Gemma Sweeter found him get the incentive to pay for the full cost of reimbursed strap partners. Alrighty, so yeah, this comes down to Psychosis and Shunichi Funaki. Funaki, he's got El Samurai, Naoki Sano, and Psychosis is a hell of a match, and it's definitely going to be the main. We'll see. So El Samurai does in fact beat him. So no matter what, Psychosis is making it to the finals, but we'll see how he does it. Is he going in with a win, or is he coming in off a loss? He's coming in with a win, so that's some great momentum. He'll finish with 15. That's a great block for him, and that's talking about taking that next step as far as to be into the main event picture of the Best Super Juniors, with this winning his block. So it's going to be Minoru Tanaka versus Psychosis, which I don't think a lot of people probably would have dubbed that as the finals going in. This is also, we're going to see Junior Heavyweight title matchup. Jinsei Shinzaki's taking on Koji Kanemoto, since Kanemoto beat him during the G1 during the Best Super Junior. And a couple of guys that have already beaten Shinzaki's already had that first time meeting. So we went with Koji Kanemoto instead. And then for the tag team titles, Shinichi Funaki and Shinjiro Otani look to defend their belts against the team of Lord Akira Kotakumi and Gran Naniwa. So those are 3 title matches, and that's the 3 matches we have so far. I'm not sure exactly what else we'll have on that final show, but that's at least what we have for now. But for the rest of this card, Chris Jericho and Brad Armstrong. Jericho finishing with 10 or Brad Armstrong finishing with 10. I think Brad deserves the 10 points, so we're going to give that to Brad instead. Malenko and Kikuchi. Tsuyoshi Kikuchi is going to beat Dean Malenko. Poor Dean. 4 points. That's fucking crazy, first of all. He's going to finish with the lowest amount of points. I don't know about all that, Chief. Yeah, we got to give that to Dean Malenko. I mean, that's crazy. The fact that he hasn't even complained once about putting anybody over 2 is insane. And Ultimo Dragon's going to beat Lord Akira Kotakumi. First time meeting there between those 2 men. That's kind of shocking. That'll be a nice co-main, I think. Or on that, we'll probably put it there. there. And we'll put this as a 2-hour, 30-minute show. We're going to go. Let's run it. So 87 for the opener. Brad Armstrong with the side Russian leg sweep. So again, I forgot to pick a venue. Brutal. As Brad Armstrong getting the win, though, with the side Russian leg sweep in 1939. It's a fast roll-up from Dean Malenko. Oh, that's right. I forgot I had it as a quick flash pin for Kikuchi to get a win over Malenko. But at this rate, Malenko needs a win. I'm cool with it anyway. It's a fast roll-up, but it's a nice change of pace. 84 for Kiro Kotakumi and Ultimo Dragon, and they have great chemistry, so how about that? Or pretty good chemistry, to be exact. Lack of psychology, though, still affects it, but all around, good match. Very, very, very pleased with it, and got the crowd hotter, too. So co-main's also an 84. Samurai Bomb from El Samurai over Shinichi Funaki. I think that was the right call. Funaki, weirdly, he's great in technical masterclass matches, but regular matches, not really his bag. In our main event, it's a 96 as Psychosis beats Yuki Sano with the guillotine leg drop in 25:06. Massive victory there, and a massive main event as well. Boy, Psychosis. Very, very proud of him. I love me some Psychosis. I never would have suspected him to win a block of a Best Super Juniors, let alone maybe potentially winning the entire goddamn thing. And he's earned it, too. It's not really been like a super push or anything like that. He's pretty much outperformed, I would say, out of the 10 matches or the 9 matches he's had, he's probably outperformed 7 of the guys, probably, give or take. He's been tremendous. And I also want to put over Ultimate Dragon and Brad Armstrong. They were great, too. Fun block A was. It was, Psychosis coming out of nowhere and winning that thing was a lot of fun, and that's also the final night for Champion Carnival stuff here. As, the Champion Carnival is actually going to come down to the All-Asia Heavyweight Champion and the Unified Grand Heavyweight Champion. It's going to be Kaiji Muto. He's won his block, and Kobashi's about to win this block. So it's going to be, that's a fun finals, I think, and they've had some big-time matches already this year, so it's going to be a nice return match for Kobashi and Kaiji Muto. Really depends on, I don't know, if Kobashi wins this will be a third Champion Carnival, rather. Don't know if we'll have that be the case. He kind of needs that win, though. It's in a weird spot. Kaiji Muto, though, if he wins it, it'll be his second Champion Carnival. So either way, we're going to have a multi-winner. But yeah, on to the final night for the Best Super Juniors. Alrighty, so we're kind of in a unique spot with this Night 18, because we have, no surprises as far as who's going to win. We know it's Minoru Tanaka. Really, for Minoru Tanaka, it's to stay healthy. And as far as from that perspective, with his matchup, Sean Waltman helped create a great atmosphere backstage. That when he pulled a great ribbon, the entire locker room had everyone else laughing afterwards. So that kind of story being told in that matchup is going to be interesting. But there's also some big matches. I mean, Eddie and Liger's a great match. Otani and Wild Pegasus should be a good match. There's some good matches still. And also the Junior Heavyweight Champion, Jinsei Shinzaki, taking on the Great Sasuke. So, Kanemoto will be beating Minoru Tanaka, so he gets a win going into his title match with Jinsei Shinzaki. So there's also that, too. As far as he's building up to his matchup with Shinzaki, and Shinzaki wins his matchup against the Great Sasuke. Which is, Sasuke's beaten him pretty much every time, but the last time they faced against each other, which was the Best Super Juniors in 1999, as far as, so a win, though, for the Junior Heavyweight Champion, Eddie and Liger, which will probably be the main event. Liger's going to beat him after Eddie beat Wild Pegasus. Boy, Liger, I mean, he was, he finished with 12. He'll be the second best guy, depending on how Wild Pegasus does against Otani here. Which, so he will, in fact, finish second. Otani's going to finish with 8. Sasuke's finishing with 8. We'll see who's going to finish last between Vampiro and Ricky Fuji, which is pretty wild to think for Vampiro, the man who won the whole goddamn thing last year, is only finishing with 6 points in his block. But it's been a pretty wild Best Super Juniors, to see if someone was going to be in the finals for Los Provanos. I think a lot of people would have just assumed it was going to be Vampiro again, but fact was not. And that's been definitely the story for this one. Yeah, I think we're going to have Eddie Liger still main event, though. I think that's the right call. will change to 230. So, for the finals, those are the three title matches we talked about. That's the big marquee. Well, two title matches, and then the actual Best Super Junior finals. But then the others, the three non-title matches, not sure exactly what they're going to be yet. But we just, some mid-card, undercard stuff. Mainly, we're probably going to use guys that were not involved in the Best Super Juniors. That would definitely could benefit from being used here. So, guys like, Rey Mysterio Jr., guys like Golden King, even Super Astro, who, it's crazy, Super Astro, I believe, as far as, he probably should have been in it, because I was about to say, he's, doesn't have any injuries anymore, and I know he's kind of banged up for a little bit, but now, he probably should have been in it. We'll probably have a, Cosmic Dragon Kings, probably an 8-man against, maybe the NWO, maybe somebody else. Kind of really just depends on how it all plans together. Maybe even the Radical Revolution. That could be something. Since they didn't, they're not in the finals or anything. Oh yeah, I almost forgot to pick a venue. Which this is all fucked up anyways. But we can at least run Osaka Joe Hall. So we have that going for us. Alrighty, let's run it. It's the 18th show of the episode. We did it. It's Wild Pegasus losing to the springboard dropkick. Hell of a match, though. It's an 86 for the opener, 87 for Vampiro and Ricky Fuji's nail in the coffin from Vampiro. It's an 84 for Jinsei Shinzaki against the Great Sasuke. Great performance from Sasuke. Death break for Jinsei Shinzaki, who's off his game. And he got the crowd buzzing, though, for this, after that matchup. Muno Tanaka and Koji Kanemoto with the Koji Clutch in 23-23. The lack of psychology matches that I have seen from guys that definitely should have great psychology, or at least good psychology, has really been pissing me off. But that's a story for another time. As a 96 for our main event, Liger beats Eddie Guerrero with the Brainbuster. What a fucking Best Super Juniors, though. He's still the man. Phenomenal performances from both, blocks. We've had some great matches, had some great shows. That was a great show, though. Almost everything was light blue for the first time, which that would have been something, but unfortunately not the case. I would love to put over Liger, but I can't. So I think we're going to go with Wild Pegasus, we'll go with Vampiro, and we'll go with Sasuke for that one. But yeah, 18 shows in the books. Now on to the final one. We'll see who wins this Best Super Junior Finals. We'll see if Shinzaki can keep the Fire Pro streak alive. And we'll also see if the Junior Heavyweight Tag Team Champions, they had their first successful defense of Fire Pro. Let's see if we'll make it 2 in a row. Because we're going to run the 3 title matches in Fire Pro. So that's going to be pretty exciting to see. And yeah, on to the finals. Alrighty, the finals is here. As we will have a backstage incident. It's just Ultimate Dragon passing on microphone work to his protege, Dragon Kid. I thought about doing a motivational speech for this show. I guess we can. Yeah, why not? Oh, I thought we'd done it by now. I don't remember doing it. Oh, we must have, May. I'm trying to think. May of 2000. What in the world? Oh, that's when the next time we can do it. I'm an idiot. I was about to say, what the fuck? That was the last time we did it in May. But, so, for this show, this is what the card is looking like. Which, I just didn't realize. We had a big-ass card for the final show last year. That's crazy. As far as we had 7 matches. But for this show, we have just 6 matches. We have the opening contest, Little Shudo, K&M Super Junior Crew opening contest, tag match, technical masterclass matchup. Then we're going to have Los Bravano take on the World Class A-Holes in the Steelers Show matchup, and then the Radical Revolution Cosmic Dragon Kings 8-man tag. And then, of course, our 2 title matches, Lords of the Deep versus Shinichi Funaki and Shinichiro Otani, and Koji Kanemoto versus Jinsei Shinzaki. And then, of course, our main event for the Best Super Juniors, Psychosis versus Minoru Tanaka. All 3 of those top matches will be in Fire Pro, which we'll go to, as far as right now, go into Fire Pro for the Junior Heavyweight Tag Team title matchup. We're all set. The fucking tornadoes turned off. We're good to go. Let's run it. As for the Lords of the Deep, coming in as challengers, they've had a couple of big time title matches in the past. Actually, no, I was thinking they had, but no, I don't. No, I think about it. I think this is gonna be their first ever Junior Heavyweight Tag Team title matchup. I thought they had one against Hayabusa and Jinsei Shinzaki, but I guess not. Now I'm really thinking about it. Yeah, I think this is their first time at least meeting in a Junior Heavyweight Tag Team title matchup. And for the newly crowned champions, in Shinichi Funaki and Shinjiro Otani. I believe this is also a first time meeting between the two teams, since really, like, Otani and Funaki didn't really team a whole lot. Tentanabe is our referee for this one. Here we go. So body slam right out of the gate for Funaki. Well, countering the Irish whip. Nice little counter from Funaki. Get out of the way of the drop kick. Both men attacking the body early on. Gonna test the strength into a drop toe hold from Kira Korakumi. A wrist lock. Nothing happening out of the wrist lock though. Just locking in a hold already. Slap it on that chin lock. As we're in the championship corner, but Kira Korakumi still getting a hold put in, and already Tiny getting tagged in. Body slams early and often from the challengers. So Tiny now with the drop hold out of the test of strength. Side headlock, but Tanabe's never going to go over there. So I guess he could have held it on for as long as he could. The chin lock here. This is feeling like an opening contest already, so this is a good sign. Oh, we're tagging both Great Naniwa and Funaki in. Wow, the overhand chops from Naniwa getting the better of Funaki. It's just crazy. He is just winding those things up. I'm tagging in Otani again. What a drop kick, though. Picture perfect. Naniwa, for a second, I looked like he was trying to tag in Funaki. That was very strange. Whipping him into the challenging corner. If you're the challengers, you want to keep the fresh man in. You want to cut the ring in half. You want to wear out Otani and Funaki for as long as you can. God damn, I mean, Naniwa is bringing it, though. There's a European uppercut from Otani. Forearm strikes from Kira Korakumi, which they are getting the better of them. Both bend them back to their feet. And Funaki gets back in. It's a backslide, but it was a rope break. That was pretty generous from Tentanabe. Would integrate from Funaki. Missed with the drop kick. In comes Naniwa. Another snapmare. Drop kick to the back of the head now. Puts him in the corner. Let's see what we get. Oh, just a body kick from Funaki tagging in Otani. Body slam again. God damn, these forearm strikes are looking pretty brutal. Oh, here we go. Backbreaker. Oh, the crab walk. Love it. Went for the elbow drop, but nobody home. Well, that was fun, though, to see the old crab walk. From Naniwa, even though nobody was home. For the elbow drop, and coming in, he's Akira Korakumi. Backbreaker again. Otani. Another soul button. Oh, into the far as for Akira Kotakumi getting out of that quickly. Tani coming in and tagging out already. Here comes Naniwa again. I mean, so far we haven't seen a big move yet in the first 5 minutes, so again, this is really keep it up with how we want this first match to really dictate in 5 Pro, 1 count only. 5 minutes in, that's a very, very good sign for this match to at least go good length. That DDT from Naniwa plants him. That, covers him here. Oh, 2 count. Tagging in Otani. On DT again. Naniwa again with the cover. Only a 1 count. Akira Kotakumi in. Counter with a small package, but that's another rope break. Backbreaker from Akira Kotakumi. And just stomping away. Big lariat from Otani, gonna make the cover. Only a 2 count though. Double leg drops here from Akira Kotakumi. We got an arm bar. Not gonna tap though. I thought for a second it might have been a backslap, just the elbow to the back of the head. Deadlifts him. Throws him into the buckle. Counters it. Are we gonna see another crab walk? We will. Is he gonna hit it this time? Oh, no. poor Naniwa. DT, though. Cover. Oh, no. Oh, God. That hit me out of nowhere. But I thought for sure he was going to cover him after... Usually he's done that. This matchup, at least. Oh, headbutts him. As Naniwa tags out to Akira Kotakumi. Forearms and chops. Oh, Funaki gets the better of him. Chops here. Oh, brainbuster. Naniwa, top rope. Body splash to the back, but Funaki gets back at him, trying to quickly get out of there. Then comes Otani. Oh, an up kick. Get out of that. Oh, catches him. That's Funaki, and get a drop kick out of it. Oh, ankle lock. On the ropes. That could have been bad. I don't know how hangs on though. Off the ropes. Big lariat. God damn. He gets right back up though. Oh, buckle. Oh no. I thought it was going to be a buckle bomb out of the corner. And there's that one for the spin kick out of the springboard. Doesn't get it. Went for the body splash. That doesn't connect. No, Tani's going to try to make the cover. Gets a 2 count out of it. Off the ropes. Oh, Bulldog. Center of the ring. Going to tag out. And also, Otani's going to tag out. So we got Funaki and Akira Kotakumi again. DDT now. Oh, going to go to the top. Big body press with the cover. No, almost. Oh, Funaki now tagging out to Otani. They're in the champion's corner. Oh, what a power bomb. Sit out power bomb. No, almost. That was almost it. We almost had another successful defense for TTS. Oh, Dragon Suplex with a beautiful bridge. Center of the ring. And no. Just kicks out. Does Akira Kotakumi. Of course, they have a big night on the Horizon Ground Octopus stretch, though. Out of the Russian leg sweep. Going for it again, but back-to-back times is going to be in the ropes. Into the buckle now. Tani trying to fight his way out of it. German suplex with the bridge, but that again is in the buckle. Evens out. Don't think that was going to be enough to do it. In comes Funaki. Naniwa with those overhand chops again. DDTs him. Drags him out of the ropes. Maybe looking for a cover. Oh no, gonna essentially crab walk his way out on to victory. Bulldog from Funaki, and both men are down. Oh, Naniwa's the first man up. Oh, Michinoku driver. 2 and now. That might be it. Oh, meant for the lariat. Funaki baseball slides out of it into another Michinoku driver. And yes! He does it! What a win for Naniwa. As we have new Junior Heavyweight Tag Team Champions, not a good start for TTS. Grand Naniwa beats Shonichi Funaki, kind of with a Michinoku driver. What a win. And we have new Junior Heavyweight Tag Team Champions with that victory. So we will now go on to the Junior Heavyweight title matchup. Koji Kanemoto. Because we gotta go all the way to the Super Junior Nation Army. I always forget which one we use. I think we stick with this one. Taking on just the man that can't be stopped in Jinsei Shinzaki. Let's see who the ref is. So I think it's Black Cat. It is. Just make sure we're all squared away here. Yep. And I think level 6 has been good for us, so keep that. Can Koji Kanemoto be the man to finally beat Jinsei Shinzaki here in Fire Pro? As for Koji Kanemoto, though, it's been a, gosh, I think he never won the Unified Junior Heavyweight title. Trying to remember if he won it before the merger. I don't think so, because, yeah, we didn't bring him in. He was probably an IWGP Junior Heavyweight Champion. But, yeah, it was never the Unified Junior Heavyweight Champion. Oh, you know what? It's been an All-Asia Tag Team and All-Asia 6-Man champs. Never has been the Unified Junior Heavyweight title holder. But he did win the... I'm assuming. I'd take a shot in the dark and say he probably won it during the save. Oh, it rolls out of the way of the kick into the drop kick from Jinsei Shinzaki. That was brilliantly done. Oh, that lifts him and throws him in the buckle. Oh, Shinzaki gonna walk the ropes with the throat thrust. Well, not the throat thrust, just the overhand chop. I was thinking it was, for some reason, there's gonna be a throat thrust off of that. Already, Shinzaki is getting his shit in. Snap air from Kanemoto. Body slam from Shinzaki. Oh, breath bump. A minute in. Got a Boston Crab at the center of the ring. Don't think he was going to tap, but Black Cat is down. He's back up, though, now, finally. Soul Bud into a... What a flying lariat that was from Shinzaki. Get a side headlock from Kanemoto. Had it in pretty deep, but... Yeah, again, locks it in again. Oh, both men trading strikes here. Forearm shots from Kanemoto, overhand chops from Jinsei Shinzaki, and Kanemoto gets the best of it. Oh, body kick went for a spin kick to the body, but missed it. Oh, looking for maybe the headbutt already, but no. Kanemoto gets out of it. Oh, drop kick into the corner, into the ankle lock. Is he in the ropes? He is. That's a tough break there from Kanemoto. Throat thrust into a wrist lock now. Oh, what a European uppercut. Rocked him with that one. Go behind. Throws him into the buckle somehow. Missed with the drop kick this time, though, and Shinzaki drags him out of the ropes. Body slam. Went for it again, just going for that headbutt off the top, but can't get it in time. It's a little probably too early for it, but... Oh, as I say that, he might hit it here. Oh, thinks better of it. And this Shinzaki's won multiple times with this. Can't get it done, though, this time at least. Oh, body kick now. From Kanemoto. Into the buckle. Kanemoto trying to fight his way out of it. Shinzaki now. He's caught with the European uppercut. Again, gets knocked out. Oh, look at this. Rolling body press there with the bridge. Doesn't get it. Only gets a 1 count out of it. But I think that's kind of the best way to go about it with Jinsei Shinzaki. Go for these quick covers. That was a kind of a bullshit rope break, if you ask me there, Black Cat. But what a couple of forearm shots into a snapmare. Look at this here. Figure 4. Working on the leg. This Kanemoto goes for it again. Loving the strategy of Koji Kanemoto so far. As I say that, though, he's going to get caught with a new Bitsu powerbomb. Thought he was sending him to the floor with it. But no. Hooks the leg. This could be it. No. Didn't even look like he kicked out of it. That was why it looked like just Shinzaki just powed out of it. What a released German suplex, though. Dumps him on his head into the ankle lock. Not in the ropes. Shinzaki doesn't tap, though. Seen a lot of dragon screw leg whips. Here we go, going for that headbutt. He hits it. Oh, here we go. What a fucking... Hooks the leg and throws him over with the overhead. Belly-to-belly suplex. Powerbomb counters into a Rana. I thought Kanemoto maybe potentially going for another ankle lock, and again counters the powerbomb with a Rana. Off the top, drop kicks him. Kanemoto is looking great here in this title matchup. He is looking for that title. He is wanting to be the first man to beat him. That jumping spin kick, though, again, does damage. Deadlifts him into the ropes. Oh, Kanemoto now. Oh, what a fucking twisting moonsault. As, a twisting senton, rather. Thought he almost had it. It's Shinzaki. It's probably a new Bitsu powerbomb away for winning this one. Oh, what a backdrop driver. Overhead chops. Axe kick now to the back of the head. Counters. Oh, shit. Almost like a boss man-like slam from Shinzaki. He's going to get the submission victory here. No. Kanemoto gets out of it. Oh, the throat thrust. European uppercuts. I mean, that European uppercut has a lot behind it. Every time he's hit it, has knocked him out into a dragon suplex. Or dragon suplex. Tiger suplex with a bridge. And he gets him. We have a new junior heavyweight champion. And it's Koji Kanemoto. So how about that for Super Generation Army? Finally, he loses. Does Jinsei Shinzaki with a beautiful tiger suplex with a great bridge from Koji Kanemoto. So we have not one but two new champions. And now for our main event, Psychosis, Minoru Tanaka. Oh, Black Cat is the referee for this one too. Let's make it Red Shoes. Oh, I think is this the right Psychosis though? Oh, I always forget which one I use. Let's just go ahead and hop on over. Yeah, I think we use this one. I believe. Oh, either way. No, we use... I forget which one we use, though, out of these two. Because I know there's a change. There's also this one, too. Which I like this one, too. Yeah, let's go with this one. Then, Minoru Tanaka, of course, of Dark Side of TTS. Made if Minoru Tanaka get a win here, that'd be huge. We're gonna go with the tights version and Red Shoes. For the best Super Junior, as far as Psychosis, Minoru Tanaka, both men making their first time to the finals. Both men winning a block for the first time, and sure, we just saw TTS lose their junior heavyweight tag team titles, but they have a chance to become the best Super Junior and obviously get a title matchup for the junior heavyweight title with the new champion, that being Koji Kanemoto. As far as with Minoru Tanaka, he, I want to say as far as with both, he just lost the match to Jinsei Shinzaki, so he's got a chance for redemption. And as for Psychosis, also for Koji Kanemoto, for Minoru Tanaka, he just lost to Koji Kanemoto on the last night of the tour. Oh, look at this roll through out of the wrist lock into a wrist lock of his own. Look, went for the big time lariat. And again, wrist clutch counters the wrist lock of his own. Knee out of the clinch from Minoru Tanaka. Snapmare. Kick to the back. And, both men have had a title matchup in the year 2001. As far as, of course, we just saw Minoru Tanaka's, but also Psychosis had one at the Grand Prix. So I think both men, it really shows that these guys are really, they're still not even 30. They're hitting their prime right now. Oh, Psychosis with a big time lariat into a sharpshooter. Or Scorpion Deathlock, I guess we should probably call it that. Oh, Psychosis, maybe going for that guillotine leg drop already. He hits it. We're going to get a winner already. No. 2 count. It's almost it, though. He saw the opportunity, went for it. Oh my god, what a sunset flip. That was crazy. Oh, a little figure 4 neck lock here. And Psychosis now drop kicks him out of the corner. God damn, that looked vicious. Drop kicks him again. Oh, body slam says that's it. What's he going for here? Oh my god. Drops him after, I thought it was going to be like an electric chair drop, but just drops him right on his back. Oh, what a bump. Floated over after the basement drop kick right on the knees. Again with the body kicks from Minoru Tanaka. Oh, what an enziguri from Psychosis. Oh, go behind, counters it, or throws him into the buckle, and this is a counter from Minoru Tanaka, but Psychosis power bombs him. I mean, these two men are some hard-hitting junior heavyweights, and you can see why they would benefit from being in this best Super Juniors as far as this round-robin tournament. To use that the speed, but also the power. Some devastating moves already, just in the first couple of minutes. There's a snap suplex. From Minoru Tanaka hooks the leg. It kind of lackadaisical cover, but he hooked the leg at least. But still on a 1 count. Oh, both men went for a big-time move, but Psychosis lands it. And he suplexes him to the floor. Oh, here we go! Tope! Oh, God! A snap suplex on the floor. And if we have a double count out in the finals, that would be pretty hilarious, to be honest. We're getting really close, though. There's a sit-out facebuster. Oh, Psychosis might win by count-out. No, he's going to come back in at 17. That would have been a wild way to end it. They kick out. It doesn't really kick out. It was a rope break, but probably would have kicked out anyways. But 5 minutes already, and we have seen some crazy shit. It's an enziguri again from Psychosis. Oh, is he going for a guillotine leg drop? He hits it again! For the second time already. Gonna hook the, not even hook the leg, but he's in the ropes anyways. DDT's him now. Is he gonna go for it a third time? Oh no, just high angle backdrop suplex. Both men now trading strikes, forearms, overhand chops. Oh, Minoru Tanaka follows up with the jumping enziguri. Went for an ankle lock, but gonna be in the ropes again. Another power bomb from Psychosis. Drop kicks him down. Tanaka back up, and he's gonna get power bombed for his troubles. Off the ropes. Oh, what a pop-up power bomb with a. Oh, and he wins with it. Holy shit! What a victory for Psychosis. Back-to-back Los Bravano winners. So we know what our main event is. As far as for our show that's happening at the Super Explosion, it will be Psychosis against Koji Kanemoto. But my God, what a victory! And what a win for Psychosis that also we'll be seeing as far as we'll be getting out of Fire Pro back into the Best Super Juniors with the TEW side of things. So yeah, we'll be seeing Junior Heavyweight Champion, the new Junior Heavyweight Champion, Koji Kanemoto take on Psychosis. We'll be seeing the new champions, Lords of the Deep. They'll be taking on the winners of, it'll probably be, technically, Wild Pegasus and Eddie Guerrero should have, even though it was Wild Pegasus Dean Malenko here because Eddie had the 6-leaf clover matchup, they will be the next contenders as far as for the Junior Heavyweight Tag Team Champions. That's happening at the Super Explosion show as well. So a lot happening, a lot going on as far as on that final show though, of the Super Explosion that we already know. As yeah, I think we're good to go though. Let's run it, see what we get for the opening contest. It's a 78. Yuki Sano with a 90 though. He did his damnedest to carry this match. But yeah, nobody else nowhere close to the same level as him. As Kiyoshi Tamura gets the win too with a submission as well. He gets the win to Juji Katame over Brian Pillman. 78 for the Los Bravano World Class A-Holes matchup as Damien gets the win with the Marionette over Dick Togo. Obviously, the Vampiro Damien, Los Bravano side, much better team. Big night for Los Bravano, though. You get Psychosis winning the Best Super Junior, and then you also see Los Bravano winning in the undercard. Then the 8-man contest, Radical Revolution beating the Cosmic Dragon Kings as the Golden King losing to Dean Malenko's Texas Cloverleaf. As both Dean and Eddie looking good going into their Junior Heavyweight Tag Team title matchup on the next tour. It's an 87 for the Junior Heavyweight Tag Team title matchup. Akira Korakumi and Grand Naniwa with the upset. As with Grand Naniwa beating Shinichi Funaki too. Tough night for TTS. Thought it was going to be their year after winning the Grand Prix and seeing them win the Junior Heavyweight Tag Team titles, but they fall short on this big night. Unfortunate for them. Koji Kanemoto, the new Junior Heavyweight Champion, with the win. Just tremendous stuff. I cannot believe Jinsei Shinzaki lost to Fire Pro. We saw it. We've seen history. But they have great chemistry. Just lack of psychology, though, unfortunately drops it down out of the 85 range. But our main event should deliver. It does not. Boy, oh boy, what a terrible show this turned into. As Psychosis. I love that pop-up powerbomb, though. That was pretty fantastic. But another lack of psychology. He was the better man as far as for the rating perspective. But, man, they are not going to be happy with this one. It was an 82, but we needed it to be an 84 for at least DirecTV to be happy. Damn, unfortunate, because we had a tremendous tour. Had a lot of great shows, a lot of great matches. And the finals kind of stinks up the joint thanks to lack of psychology. But new champions, winner of the Best Super Junior, Psychosis. I think all around, the talent has just been, again, we've improved so much. The guys that were already stars pre, birth of Supermax 64 are still performing at a high level, but now we're seeing guys take that next step. Guys like Psychosis have taken that next step. Vampiro, of course, has been thrown into the limelight in a big, big way. Just in the 2 years, obviously Shinzaki's had some great opportunities because of his greatness in Fire Pro. And and also, Funaki and Otani getting their first taste of gold. Same thing for now, Akira Korakumi and Grand Naniwa. Like, we're seeing new champions, and it's been a great start, I think, to the year 2001. The first couple of months have been pretty exciting. And the next tour is the Super Explosion Tour. We already know our main and co-main for that show. I'm gonna give a big hug to Psychosis. Big moment for him. Big moment for Koji Kanemoto, and even Lord Akira Kormi. It's like, hey man, welcome to the winning side of things. Yeah, we know that the Lords of the Deep taking on Radical Revolution, and we know Psychosis taking on Koji Kanemoto. And that will do it for this episode. Thank you all for watching, and we'll catch you guys next time for the Super Explosion. Take care, everyone.